Hey everyone, so awesome to see you tonight, this Wednesday of ours. Well, thank you so much for the subs. Thank you so much for the level 3 hype train. Thank you so much for the raid, Dice Drinks Drama. Just kicking us off to an awesome start. Mahooch in the chat with the ledge heads. Hello. Great to see you, legends, you ledge heads. So let's get right down into it. We don't want to disappoint anyone. So welcome to Edge of Legend episode 36. If you haven't had a chance to see the recap, it's on our YouTube now. Go check it out. As always, our friend Bearded Scold did a great job with it. And the hype train continues. Oh wow, thank you so much for the hype, you guys. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have a conniption if I don't keep moving on. So without further ado, again, thank you so much for the love. I hope you guys like the show. Stick around and let's have some fun. Let's do some quick introductions, and then we'll do a surprise that we spent all of 20 minutes like just perfecting. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. And if you don't, well, you lose your hero point. So that being said, let's get started with Michael Powell. Michael Powell, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and he's an investigator, human, and his pronouns and mine are he, him, they, them.
Fantastic. Next up, let's go with I almost called you Bearded Skull. Ian. I mean, same person. Ian,
I'll go with
who
it.
you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
My name is Bearded Scald. I am playing Woodwort, the gnome druid, and our pronouns, my pronouns, and Woodwort's are he, him, they, them.
All right. I guess
Getting distracted by all these
gifts.
noises.
I am, and I love it. Thank you so much for the love. I want to hug you all, but unfortunately, I'm I'm in front of the computer. But I'm vaccinated, so it's all good. That being said, Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her, or Ranger / Rogue. I forget that's what she is now.
Absolutely. And seeing the hype train level 4, thank you guys so much for your love and support. Really means a lot to us. Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I am Sam Sterling, and my voice sounds a little crazy. If you may have noticed, I went to the desert and breathed in all the dust of the rocks, so just ignore that. But other than that, I play Ichipokton Papakui, your friendly luchador barbarian. Oh, and our pronouns are she, her.
Hell yeah. Last but not least, Sidney Rubino, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Oh, hi. My name is Sidney Rubino. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Very nice. And also you got me, PJ, the GM of Edge of Legends. My pronoun is he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. And without further ado, thank you for your amazing hype trains. We want to present a special gift to you. One of our amazing viewers put this into our Discord channel, and the Discord link will probably be popping up in the chat. So if you see it in the chat, go right ahead, join our Discord. And because a couple of episodes ago, you see a certain luchadora was rowing a boat and having some issues. And then thanks to a very well-timed roll and, of course, massive support from the chat, well, some really cool things happened, and it caused inspiration to strike one of our amazing legends in the chat. And they wrote a sea shanty based on this event. So we are going to be performing a little spicy chunk of that sea shanty for you today. And then after this, we will just power right on through it. So hope you guys like the I guess the Badgermen come. So without further ado, let's get those stomps
we got this,
ready.
Guys. We could do it.
We got this. We got this. You ready, Sid? You're the one leading the charge on this one. And
she had not been 2 rolls from shore when down her swelling waves did pour. Her strength had waned, the luchadora, as the water spilled aboard.
Soon may the Badgerman come to bring us lattes, buns, and rums. One day, Shionibus goes home, we'll rout those demons so.
For the cup sunk into water, crossed the sea, the scups did sputter. All hands to the side, their buns they bore, right to the cup once more.
Soon may the Badger Man come.
Ringos, hooch, and bums and run.
One day when the rowing is done, it's
Two
two
bun
bun boys
boys
once
more.
more.
You buns boy once more. Boom, boom. All right. So thank you so much to Scups, who wrote that delicious little piece, and thank you guys so much. We're almost on the level 5 hype. Oh my god, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Without further ado, so last time on Edge of Legends, the heroes did board the boat. Ooh, thank you so much for Psyche. The heroes boarded the boat, the double hard rock boat that Megaw has been hiding in doing his experiments. As they broke in, they found a lot of terrified, mutated goblin abominations. Goblinations? I don't know. They were able to survive a fight with an ooze that had been given human sentience and a bugbear comprised of both a grizzly bear and an actual bug. And they also barely survived an electric shock trap. It was a really bold and brave day for the barbarian. Almost killed her. I was this close. And after some other fancy deception work from Rufa, with of course Captain Montague on the top deck, they were then able to come back down to. I believe you guys are now on the second floor of the dungeon boat. My
Mhm.
recollection confirms.
Yeah,
So
we fought
this,
a bugbear.
I don't know, guys. Tell me, where are we?
right? Ian
'Cause
couldn't make it.
That recap though, reading that for the first time as a cold read and recording it is probably one of my favorite things I've done in a while.
It was hilarious watching your eyes go.
Well, I believe we downed the actual bug bear. And I think we left it off
And-
there.
Or a
Yeah.
flying abomination.
Yeah, there was something about HR and
Yes. Yeah, the captain of the ship is very concerned with Ichi and Rufa. Very worried they might have made some grave mistakes in the company.
AKA, we lied our asses off.
there it is.
Per usual.
Yep. So we now come back to the heroes after they fought the bugbear. And thank you so much for a 100% level 5 hype train. Thank you guys. That's outstanding. Thank you. That's
Does that
amazing.
mean we have to do another sea shanty?
Only
The
if they
second
write
half?
one for us.
Uh-oh, don't. They'll do it.
They will.
Yeah,
PJ.
that's the thing.
It'll be the drunken sailor now.
Look, don't
Hey, I
threaten
know
me
that
with a
one.
good time.
You mean the drunken Woodward?
Fair.
I like that. I
Make
like
it
that.
happen, guys.
Yep. Hashtag make PJ sing again. All right, so second floor. The bugbear has just been deathly defeated and destroyed by the combined might of these heroes. Morel is present, and as he is an active NPC, you can basically give him orders. If you wish him to join initiative and combat with you, you can tell me to do so, and I will roll initiative and well as attacks and stats for Morel. I have his character sheet ready. If you also need him to do activities, I have his character sheet ready for that as well. I mean, hey, you know, how many times are you going to ask him to prove himself by letting a giant orc murder him? You know, sometimes you just got to get to know people the hard way.
Well, I believe the last thing Rufa did was collect some of the bugbear juice in a sample thing.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
If-
So, what's up, Ian?
So, what other what downtime actions or crafting or what else is Morel good at except meat shield?
I'm glad you asked, and we'll get to that in the filler arc.
There it is. Okay, great.
Question though. You've never told us ever before that we can add Morel to combat and ask him to do things. Why are you telling us that now?
It's like the Capcom system, you know, where you can add in your buddy for the ultimate attack.
Yeah.
But you gotta
True.
press all the buttons at once first to activate it.
yeah.
Not like an elf where he touches all the elevator buttons.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Buddy the
Okay.
elf.
All right. So pulling this crazy train back on track, back on the rails. You've just killed the bugbear. Do you wish to see the map again to kind of get a feel of where you are?
On that second level? Oh, sure. Yes, please.
Okay. Now I have to warn you. This art is so beautiful, it may bring you to tears. Please keep away from small children who have good taste. Here we go. This is where you. So this is the floor you're on. You are right here, where you killed the bugbear, quote unquote. This is the ladder that took you down from the hidden room on floor 1. You basically left here, and I believe went eventually to the bugbear. And
PJ,
that is it for now.
can you pull up that map again? I just want to ask, what is that? It's like a little line thing, like a little dark line thing or something. It's on like the middle of the upper passageway. Is that
What,
something
here?
or yeah? What's that?
Yeah.
That is the end of the. So you know, 2 walls make a corridor. That's the other wall of the corridor.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm an
You know what?
artist.
PJ, could Rufa kind of like once again go to that corner right before you, where the bugbear rampaged out of, bottom of the corner mirror, and just take a little peek of what is there anything else there?
Oh, in the room the bugbear was inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a perception check at a -1.
Let's see. That is 18.
18. It's hard to see. It's a dark room, a square, large, dark room. You think maybe this was used for storage? Maybe used for storing food or potentially materials for experiments. Judging by the fact that the bugbear broke in here, they were probably going to eat whatever they found, and they found you guys first.
All right. But it doesn't look like there's another bugbear in there or anything. Or
Nope, not that you
Okay.
can see.
So our mission here, just so I can recap for Ian as well. We're trying to find Mengelmaw on the second floor because that's where we were told that he was. He mentioned something in a letter to Geb Zebel and Matazong that there would be batteries that we would have to find, attach, retrieve, recall knowledge.
All right.
They're kind of like keys.
If you'd like to, I can read again the letter that Mengelmaw left for you guys.
You know, I would really appreciate that.
Sure. I am almost done with my latest experiment, and I cannot be interrupted. No dumb interrupt making. Geb Zebel, beardy word double tall, should be arriving soon. He is a dumb interrupt maker, but he needs to inspect and take our finest specimen to date. Blue Rock double tall stabby lady shall be coming soon. I have removed power cells to the main lab. Like, you know, power cells, super flashy double hard circles. I will be located in this room indefinitely, so please add the 3 things to the door to let them in. I color-coded them to help you simpletons. If you can be bothered to find the cells, let them in. Signed, Ka Mengelmaw. And with the title of Ka, Tahorba Bubbleboil, who is with you as well, is rather enraged and angry, as she does not hesitate to remind you that Mengelmaw has not and never has been officially made a Ka, or a teacher professor of high respect.
So we need to find those power cells so we can get in. It's a puzzle! Wow, a puzzle in a dungeon! Okay, where are we gonna get the power cells? Let's use our big brains.
PJ, would it be possible for Rufa to? He's gonna kind of press himself as flat as he can against the wall and move at quarter speed, stealthing into the room where the bugbear was.
That's for sure.
Possible.
Give me a perception check. And a stealth check.
24 on perception.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna do stealth. Stealth. 19 on stealth.
Okay. So as you move to the room, your eyes take a few seconds to adjust the dark. You still can't see really well. It's very dark in here. And tragically, as the only full human in the group, you do not have dark vision. So you are looking in a dark, dark room. You can kind of feel from bumping around and looking around that there are shelving units to store things. And then you see something that really kind of piques your interest. You accidentally kind of stumble into it. It feels heavy and hard, cold. It feels like a steel shield. However, it's dense, much more dense than a steel shield, almost like a mace. And you're looking at this long, rounded, tubular ballista bolt, but it's not sharp. And there's a weird thing at the tip that when you grab it, you could tell it's meant to be turned. And if you were to play with this odd, unusual wheel, you can hear a really horrible hiss, and this cold, cold breeze just smacks you in the face, and it has an unusual, dirty, stinky smell. And you turn it off really fast with a reaction, and then you start seeing another unusual collection of items. You see leather, you see sewing kits, you see string and tying pieces, and you see some sort of rubber textile kind of placed around in other places as well. But that's really all you find in the storage unit.
Rufus definitely going to take the sewing kit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's gonna that thing that emitted that weird smell. He's not gonna totally pick it up, but he's gonna try to see if it's pick upable, if you know what I mean. Just kind of like, test the heft, and if it's not nailed down to the floor or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely not nailed down. It's about this wide around. You grab it. It's heavy, but it's absolutely liftable. I'm going to give it. I'm probably going to butcher this ballpark. About 3 bulk. So like you can carry this on your shoulders and move, but you're not going to be doing backflips with this buddy anytime soon.
Rufus gonna hands off it, and same quarter speed, pressed up against the wall as much as you can, back to the group.
Okay.
Every time I hear something related in bulk, I just think back to the one shot that where Sam's character had the spear in her mouth, the rat folk.
That's right.
How many pigs could we fit inside of?
That's the only thing I think about.
I think chat said that due to the size of a baby pig bulk, the rat folk cleric could store 6 baby pigs in her mouth cheeks.
Yep.
Oh, what a memory.
When Rufus gets back to the group, he goes, "Friends, you perhaps stumbled into a type of storage or supply room. There's a few things in there, and maybe perhaps something kind of interesting."
Is there anything that could, like, healing supplies? I'm still in kind of a rough way. And you look at Ichi, and she looks beat up.
I'm gonna roll to heal Ichi.
Medicine check.
Medicine check. Medicine check on Ichi. That is 25.
All right. Hold on a second. Assuming you're going with a basic medicine check to heal with a DC of 25, that means... How trained are you in medicine? Are you an expert?
Yes, I am an expert in medicine.
Dope. Because
Yeah.
you just healed her for 2d8 plus 10 HP. I need you to roll that now.
2d8 plus 10 HP. This is great for me. Okay. Oh no. Okay. That's 18 HP for you.
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank you. And quick PJ question.
Mhm.
How does one remove the wounded condition?
You are going to have to take basically the equivalent of a long rest, I believe. You're going to have to sleep that bad boy off for a while.
All right, and maybe just remind us what the effects of being wounded one are, so we know.
Absolutely. So the wounded condition ties directly into you dying. The wounded condition is what your dying condition starts at, like one level higher than that. So if you're at wounded 1, the next time you get dropped to 0, you're going to be at dying 2. And unless you took the Die Hard feat that gives you a dying value of 5 before you outright die entirely, then you will die at dying 4. And every time you come back from dying, your wounded increases 1 value. So when you get knocked down again, your dying automatically starts the next level up. So if you get dropped at dying, let's see, at wounded 1, you get dropped. You now start off at dying 2. Pop back up at wounded 2, which means you drop down, you're dying 3. Does that make sense?
Yes, it certainly makes sense. Thank you.
Great.
Ichi's no longer on the front lines. Ichi's no longer on the front lines. Morale is now at the front lines. And that's why PJ told us he could fight. So let's look at the rest of this hallway. So Rufa, you said that there were supplies in there. Did you see anything that looked maybe like a battery?
That is something that he kind of like hand motions the general shape of the thing that emitted the terrible smell, and it emitted, just say, a terrible smell.
Yes, Woodward.
No, I actually had a question for PJ. This may outside of New Jack City, is everybody else familiar with batteries?
Oh yeah.
Like
Not at
I know
all.
I'm just okay, great.
No,
'Cause
no one that.
I figured Alona may know just because she's read a lot. Rufa has traveled. So
Touche.
but I'm just thinking Woodward's probably like stuck on this battery concept.
It is a little juice cylinder that has energy inside of it, like magic, but not. And this little juice cylinder powers things. Now, eventually, the thing will run out of juice, and that's when you put a new juice cylinder in the thing you're trying to power. But
Why-
it's normally they are small. These sound probably much bigger.
It's like a latte.
Yeah, it's like hooch.
It's
It's identical.
Why would you have it so small if you need multiple ones? Wouldn't you just make a bigger one so it can like last longer?
Imagine if a bolt of lightning is captured within a box that could be used at any other time.
I've never made white lightning in a box, only a bottle, but
Or a
I'm sure
bottle.
it can be done.
Lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, so it's like a latte for something called a machine. Now a machine is a thing made out of metal bits that forms a function to do something that is created by a scientist or a mechanic, someone that might specialize in said machinery.
This ship could be considered a machine.
Yes.
I'm not gonna speak for the rest of the group, but I'm a tactile learner. So maybe if we just find it and you show it on how it works, I'll get it. I'll get it then, because juice cylinder sounds. We're kind of getting that bloblin territory where I don't really know what you're talking about, and you don't really understand it until you see it.
Quickly, PJ,
Mhm.
that thing that Rufa was handling, would that register as a battery to him?
Definitely would not.
Okay.
If you, Michael, want to know out of character, no, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Fair
You're
enough,
gonna
fair enough.
learn. You're gonna learn.
I just want to know if that would or not in Rufa's concept of world. In your world.
Absolutely valid. Absolutely valid.
Who has dark vision in this party?
Everybody else besides me
Okay.
doesn't
Il-
have dark vision.
I can
Ilona.
also smell real good.
Oh, that's great. That's really helpful. Maybe you can smell if it's a battery. Maybe that's why it smells so bad. Ilona's gonna look in the room and see if it looks like a battery.
Okay. So Alona has dark vision, correct?
I think so.
Is it like-
I would assume that's one of the reasons why
Elves have low light.
I have low light. Yeah.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say at worst you have low light.
Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
I will come along because I got that dark vision.
I'm gonna follow there, and actually, I just realized I have a candle. Can I light a candle in there? That might help.
Yes, Michael. I would love it if you lit a candle right now in this room.
Never mind. Never mind.
I don't like that.
But you know what? I said it, so who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
territory.
Rufus gonna in the
yeah.
room.
Methinks the gas is not
Oh.
great.
Would Rufa really quick, just in character? Would Rufa register that smell as gas?
I mean, no. And if you did, it wouldn't be enough pumping gas to actually make anyone sick. You turn it off pretty quickly. For deadly gas to be deadly, you'd have to be surrounded by enough of it to actually fill your lungs and respiratory system. You got to blast the chest, you're fine. Unless, of course, there was something that actually got in your bloodstream, which you're fine. But that being
sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. That being said, I do want to address the two people who are trying to look directly at this really fast. So Sidney and Sam. Sidney, you see this odd canister. You come to it and you see this sort of galvanized metal container that's approximately 3.5 feet to maybe 4 feet tall. It's very cylindrical and kind of tapers off to a top, and it's got an unusual wheel at the top of it. You can see there's an odd coloring on this galvanized metal. It's been painted on. Can't quite make heads or tails. And you see there's even some goblin writing, but I don't believe your character speaks goblin.
Ichi.
Ichi.
It says,
You come to this this giant metal container. You can see it has what looks like a turn wheel that'd be on a door, but it's directly at the top, and there's this unusual like nozzle coming off the side. And you see written in goblin, Na2HE, going down the side of this bad boy.
it sounds like a code or a designation. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Can I do just a knowledge check, please? Just see.
I'm so mad Woodward would know what this is. I'm sitting here listening to all this like, yeah, go for it. This sounds great. Open it up. Light that flame.
Yeah, the minute Michael was like, "Can I light a candle?" I was like, "Do it,
do it."
Go right ahead. Give me an intelligence check. D20 plus level and intelligence modifier. I'll give you a trained. Why not? No, raw.
Sweet. Hero point. Sweet. All right. What's my intelligence modifier? I forget. Am I smart? I am. Okay.
Okay, Sidney, you play a bard next campaign.
I'm sorry.
At this point, you play a bard. I want to hear your inspirational song of just things based on the room you're standing in.
I mean, we all
The bard.
remember when Rochelle invented the song. Was it the song that didn't exist during Ra's rave party?
That's right. I forgot about that. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you're looking at this, and you hear these words and letters coming out of Ichi, and you realize this is a code. This is a code for something that's within this metal object. And when you turn this thing, the metal object, apparently, according to Rufus' reaction, seems to shoot this substance, whatever it is, out of the metal thing. By the way, Bubble Boils is laughing her ass off at all of you collectively. She's just like, stupid.
Okay, 1 second. Rufa's gonna look over at Itchy first. Goes, Itchy, would you mind verbatim repeating everything that with his little notebook out?
Yes, it says, and then I repeat what it says. Because I don't remember instantly.
N-A-Q-H-E.
Wait, what
I'm
was that?
sorry, goldfish
Sorry, can
memory.
can you put it in our chat?
Yes, I'll put it in our super secret chat that no one can see. N-A.
While you do that, Ichi's going to thoroughly investigate the rest of this room with an eye to anything that could keep her alive longer on this
And,
hellscape of a ship.
Looking around, well, you find everyone's favorite life extender. You find a very sticky substance wrapped in a circle that seems to have a very harsh but slick top to it. And as you pull it out, you hear this really loud ratcheting, and you can feel the stickiness on the bottom, the slickness on top. And as you kind of, your fingers really stick to it, the more you pull out, the longer this strip of glossy fabric that's sticky on the bottom. But it doesn't have a lot of give. Once you pull it out, it is like solid.
I think they call that tape of ducks.
Battery?
Right. I got two things I want to do.
Mhm.
First, Rufa is gonna look at Bulb Oil. If you have any bright ideas, would you mind sharing it with the rest of the class? And I just, you know what? I know what this is. I know what these letters mean.
Yeah, so Bubble Boy looks at her and she goes, no. A good car never interrupt dumb making, becomes smart learning. Please, if you think that one smell weird, go to the one behind it, the H1, open that and light the fire. Please.
Rufa looks at the group. Well, it is definitely really quick question, PJ. A little bit out of your world. Does the periodic tables and all that, is that the same with our real world? Like, I don't want to break immersion.
Only with goblin science.
So Rufa would not know this.
Unless you were a goblin that has studied the foot of a ka, there's no way in hell you'd know what Na2HE is,
Oh,
or what an H1 is, or H2, depending on how balanced it is. Yeah, you'd have no idea.
Shionibus is still staying out in the hall, by the way. She's not going in there.
But Bubble Boy is going, I see why you will live forever. You are double smart. And she grabs the hand, she goes, you're learning. I'm so proud.
Back in the storage room, Ichi's going to tape of duct her knee for stabilization purposes. So she looks a little bit less like she's falling apart, even though she's falling apart the same amount on the inside.
All right, give me a perception check or an arcana check.
Okay. Perception. That's a 17.
You know, not only do you have the tape of the ducks, but this is a very special blend. This is probably made from some of the many scientific efforts, air quotes, being produced on this boat. And you feel like in the hands of someone who could repair either metal or tissue, this could have some very interesting applications.
I'm gonna pull out a little bit of rope that I have in my bag and just kind of like stick it as like a bandolier. Just keep it, just 'cause who knows. As she says to Alona, I don't know. It just looks like it could fix anything, you know.
You know, I think you hit the I think you're right. That looks very helpful. Maybe one day I will use it to fix many things. Ilona's gonna scan the room to see if there's another similar looking canister, but one that might be used to blow balloons instead of people.
Okay. So first, Sam, I would Sam, I want you to add to your equipment the duct tape of superior mending. This is a wondrous item, basically. When you use this, it gives you a +2 to checks to repair or medicine checks to patch a thing or person up.
Wow.
Oh, and also when this is used in those checks, any persistent effects or persistent damages will be successfully removed upon using the duct tape of superior mending.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Rufa's gonna back out of the room.
Is there
Bubble-
helium in here?
Bubble Boil grabs my hand. She goes, "You're learning." So I have 2 hero points to give. Well, now only 1 hero point to give. If you know what Na2HE is, and if you're still in the room and can figure out a way to say it in character, you get a hero point. And if you know what H1 is as well, I'll give you that.
Well, if Alona can recall from her books, Na2HE is sort of helium, but it's disodium halide, which boom.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Sidney, you get a hero point. Yes.
Sweet.
Let me get the proper title. Disodium halide is basically the special name for like helium as a gas, helium as a chemical compound, agent, etc. So yeah, that canister that you've been futzing over for the past 20 minutes is a container of helium gas.
Can I
Ichi's
put my
gonna.
mouth on it?
I was gonna say.
Do it.
Ichi was gonna like try to open it up and get a whiff of whatever that was, and then close it again. Maybe both her and Ilona get a bit of a breath of.
I'm also going to give a point to Michael for like figuring it out a long time ago and just not having the ability to express it in character. He was like, "That's helium gas. God damn it, it's helium gas, and I can't talk about it."
Really quick, while as he backs up the room with Chonobis, he's gonna pull her aside and concoct a cunning plan in case we need to escape this place really, really quick.
You are going to cause a fire, aren't you?
Stop.
Of course.
Baby.
I tell you what. Michael, give me, and we'll kind of use this as like a kind of downtime action, if you will. Give me a crafting check to craft this jury rig. By the way,
I know how I want to set it up, actually.
Yeah, helium itself is not actually flammable. That's the problem, because the dirigibles that blew way the hell up were flying with hydrogen gas. Hydrogen is, I believe, I might be getting my 2 H's confused. Hydrogen is extremely volatile and blew up. Helium isn't, which is why they started using it for balloons. In fact, they shoot fire straight up in that bad boy. But if you remember what Bubble Boil said, there is an H1 canister in there, meaning there is just a full-on thing of hydrogen gas in there as well. So you have at least 1 canister to make a jury rig bomb with, at least a pressure bomb.
27.
27. All right, cool. 27. I'm gonna make a note about that. I'm really curious.
Well,
Let's
the
see.
idea basically would be he's going to rig up the candle using a bit of flint and steel and taking one of Chonobis's arrows. So as we're escaping, if we pass this area, all she needs to do is launch an arrow in there, light the candle, and then kind of a delayed blast as we GTFO out.
Okay. So if that's what you want to do, that 27 is going to give you a +3 Shionibis if you decide to be the one who pulls the trigger on this.
Who?
Is Shonibis just the designated sinker of ships?
I mean, if anybody's done it, she has one more on her resume than the rest of us.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think the first one. It just didn't make it to shore.
Hey, this one's also a team effort, so.
It didn't sink. It just didn't float either.
Exactly.
It says so much that Rufa's downtime action is making fire. And it's not in like around a campfire. It's never for s'mores. It's never.
I mean, we can make s'mores like with the rubble.
We almost had s'mores, but we didn't have marshmallows. We could have just retro-conned marshmallows. But you decided that we didn't have any.
Rufa has a recipe for marshmallows.
Okay, so now we have a rigged bomb in one of the rooms. That's good. We should
Yep.
find the battery. 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I say we move on down the hall. See
Okay.
what happens.
Awesome. Moving on down the hall.
It's a singing kind of night.
It's a good Wednesday.
Good
time is-
musical episode.
Uh-oh. She said it.
So
Everyone go home.
so I offer you this: either a sing-along episode where everyone has to sing in character, or B, later in the year, I will write the one-shot Licks of Legend, where I've been promising the garage band of bards rise to stardom, or at least the start of the multiple installments of Licks of Legend, where you guys have to create your own band based on whatever sound you want to put into it. And that episode, if you want to sing all your words, I mean, I really can't stop you. That's your choice. So the choice is yours, my players.
Sounds like the first one shot once we get to record in person. Seems like the perfect time to do it.
I think you're right.
Someone's gonna have to auto-tune me a lot.
We'll just give you a T-painifier. We'll just right in front of you. It'll be great.
I love it's called the T-painifier. It's like, is that a humidifier? No.
And you hear,
Uh,
yeah.
No, that's it. Is that T-Pain or T?
You know he'd be
T.I.?
there. That's Lil Jon.
Oh, yeah. Little John. Thank you.
He's around though.
But you
He's
know he's
around.
gonna be there if
He's
T-Pain's
around.
gonna be there.
Note to self, but Little John in Fantasy Pathfinder 2nd Edition. That being said, you guys are walking down the hallway, the one back to where you came from, or continuing around the corner.
If the group doesn't mind, Rufus gonna take point on this again, checking traps and all that, since it's been working out so far.
Just you do your thing, Rufa. We're just gonna be behind, making sure Ichi doesn't die.
We're gonna be behind no less than 10 to 20 feet.
All right. Once again, going half speed, low to the floor, checking 5 to 10 feet at a time for any traps, pressure plates. Also, every once in a while, looking up to the ceiling in case of any of those those goblin. It's like I'm getting in my mind right now. They're like gum stuck to the wall, but in goblin forms.
Not too far off, yeah. But also like more layered and textured. Give me a perception check.
Hey, Ichi.
Yeah.
Is Rufa making fun of us?
As
As we watch him slowly move down the hall, low to the ground and at half speed.
No, because he knows that I am stronger than him, and he would be in physical danger if he angered me with his mocking of my stature. So I don't think so. It must be something else.
Okay, yeah, that's probably for the better. I would have thought.
Yeah.
I mean, Rufa would never do that. I'm just gonna say that's not a gentlemanly thing to do.
No,
And
but
also
it's
got a
joke that comes to
26.
Ian's head.
Yeah.
All right, 26. So as you're walking down the hallway, the long hallway to the right of the place where you fought the bugbear, you notice the hallway's pretty stationary and boring. In fact, there's no goblins on the roofs at all. There's like some unusual, like crusty, scabby tissue where a goblin probably used to be and then left. But eventually you realize there's like no activity in this hallway. Like there's like no one's even been here to clean this hallway up. It is very dusty. And then you see about halfway into the hallway a very unusual split in the middle of the paneling going vertically.
Rufus stops at the right before the split and waits for the rest of the party to catch up. Well, friends, it's either right or left. Really quick, can I roll a perception check to see if there's any weird sounds coming from either fork path?
So you need to be able to hear going down the hallway, continuing down the hallway that you just looked at, or kind of back the way you came, because it is basically just a left curve or a right curve.
Oh, it's a left. So it's not like this.
It's, let me show you again. So you are right here at the bend. So if you go right, you got more of that corridor. Then you go left, back the way you came.
I think I know what happened
Oh.
here. So there's a slit in the floor that something may pop out of that's running right down the center, correct?
You have to go there and find out.
No, but there's a split in between. That's what he saw, right? Because I
Yes.
think I found out. So
Yeah, oh,
what-
yeah. In the
so-
panel,
So
slit in
you
between the
said
panel.
split. You said slit in the panels. Michael heard split, and now you
Yes.
guys are trying to figure out why the hallway is not doing this.
That is
Okay,
very
That's
valid.
what happened.
Okay.
That's very valid.
So it's either a spooky poppy outy thing or it's a mouth.
Oh God.
What?
I think you just said spoopy poppy outy thing twice. Either way, that's not right. Well, it was creepy, as in not right. What do you got? What'd you find, Rufa?
Not quite sure if anybody could offer a light that's perhaps not flammable. Down this hole.
Ilona cast light in the hole. Wait,
Listen.
no, light is touch. I'm not reaching my hand down there. Where's a pebble? I'm gonna pick up a pebble. I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm gonna drop it.
Rufa will
Okay.
give her one of his sling bullets.
Let's go with that. Yes. Okay. So, where do you throw it exactly?
In the slit.
All right. You throw it. You hear this. Give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. Is that good? That's a 15.
Yeah, it's paneling. Pretty solid. Pretty metal. Yeah.
How far? Like, is it like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi? Length of time for it to make that clack sound when it hits the bottom, or I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. So it's just within the paneling. You see this little slit moving through it vertically. The rock, little pebble with the light, just standing there on the slit. Nothing's happening. It's maybe like 10 feet away from you.
Anybody got a stick?
Okay, with the stick.
Woodward pulls out his super heavy hat
Mm-hmm.
and he hands it to Rufa. You can throw this. It doesn't seem to break when it slips off my head.
All right, Rufa, thank you, friend Woodwood. He takes the thing in one end. He just, oh God, this is gonna sound so bad. It's gonna sound so bad.
Before you say the thing, I want to just put some information in your head to make sure make sure you're doing this right. This item is about the size of a person, and it's so heavy that wearing it cuts your speed by about 10 feet per movement action. So this is a heavy item. This is basically a stone corpse. If you're going to try and caber toss this bad boy, you also have a very low-hanging ceiling because this is a 3 to 4 story boat. So you're not going to really get any lift, and you're not going to be able to huck it. So if you want to drop this, you're going to have to walk right up that slit and drop that bad boy on it.
Okay. Woodward takes the hat back. I'm gonna try something, which is a little bit ridiculous. He goes, hold on, Rufa. I think I got an idea. He puts the hat on. He stands about 5 feet away, and then he uses telekinetic projectile on the hat, because the hat lets me throw it.
Oh, one second. Wait, one moment. While that's happening, could Rufa just tie one end of a rope to it?
If you want to, sure. What are you tying the other end of the rope to?
we're gonna hold the other end of the rope, and one end of the rope's gonna be tied around the hat.
All right. So who's holding on to the other end of the rope?
Rufa will hold on to the other end of the rope, but he'll let go if it's gonna pull him in
Okay. Okay.
hard.
So
Respecting it.
Ian, roll to hit with telekinetic projectile.
I was specifically. It is one bulk, correct? The hat.
The hat, I think, is at least a bulk, if not two.
Okay, because I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to throw something that is one bulk or less with telekinetic projectile and nothing else.
I will say this: rules as written wouldn't work, but I like where your head's at, and I want to see this happen,
Okay.
so I'm going to allow it.
So Woodward just kind of like he like hunches down and he sticks his head forward and you just see him concentrate really hard. and I got a 15 on the die face
Okay.
to use telekinetic projectile on the hat on my head.
Okay.
I can only cast it when I'm wearing it, so I have to use it to throw the hat off of my head.
What's your wisdom modifier?
Ooh, it's really good. +4.
Okay, I'll put it based on your primary stat. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that'll hit no matter what. Okay, cool. Roll damage.
What's damage for a hat?
No problem.
Well, stone hat.
So for the cantrip, it'd be about 2d6
Oh.
plus your wisdom modifier. And just because it's fun, I'll add an extra d6 for sassiness. Go ahead, have a great time.
Ooh.
Have a good time.
Every time you give us die, you always regret it.
True.
I got 14 points of kinetic hat damage.
Okay.
Stone hat damage.
14 kinetic hat damage. Okay.
Yes.
I love that this is a new type of damage. Paizo, get in the chat. New type of
Yeah,
damage.
where are
hat
ya?
damage.
Hat
Yeah.
damage.
So 14 hat damage. So you start having this unusual feeling. There's a tickle in the back of your head, and you start having this absolute connection between your eyes and your deep cerebral subconscious, where as you're breathing and subconsciously trying to focus, you start feeling hands grow out of the sides of your skull, grab this thing. But then it becomes super light, like blowing bubbles out of a bubble wand. And it's just, the thing just lifts off your head. And you almost feel like with blowing bubbles through a bubble wand, that your breath and your focus is able to control and manipulate this. And you can feel this lofty lightness move this object. And then once you put will behind intent and you focus with adrenaline, it flies extremely hard and it lands in the center and goes clang, 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 and kind of lands crooked. And then suddenly here's trapdoor swings wide open and it drops down into a pit, which immediately you hear the as it drops into some sort of liquid and an intense bubbling and fizzing can be heard, like dunking Mentos into Diet Coke. Michael, do you hold on to the rope?
This is an interesting character choice.
He's going to let go.
Okay. The rope shoots into the pit, and you can see the rope just jump in, and a bunch of green liquid now just flies out and kind of comes back in. You have activated the trap. You've beaten the trap. Now, the problem is it's about a 10 by 10 square. If you want to get to the other side, you're going to have to jump it.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Sam.
Did the trapdoor go back afterwards? Or is it just okay? I was gonna duct tape it together.
It is still very much hanging open. I love that you want to use the duct tape of superior mending. If you can do that, horrific. But you're gonna get very close to the pit if you try.
Can Morel just throw us?
He looks at you all and he says, "Yes. However, I'm very regretful to say, not the dwarf.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I've given her the Acadian chest spear. She is a hardy folk. I cannot throw her like I can anyone else here.
Nobody can. It's
All
not
right,
your
well,
fault.
who can make it across? I know I can. Alona?
Oh, you're mute.
The one and only time. Do we have rope that we could sling over so I can mythical person Tarzan swing over the edge?
Had
Yeah,
rope.
the rope you had is now in the pit.
Rufa. I can sure try.
Does anybody else have rope?
Are we going around the circle and asking if we can all make it? Because I think there's at least 2 of us who can't.
Well, maybe there's something on the other side that we can use to help get you across.
Really quick, PJ, on the
Maybe.
other side, does it look like there's anything that could be either attached, tied to, or anything like that?
The corridor you are in is a very long corridor, as it is an uninterrupted length of the entire ship. This thing is about a little bit of middle way through the hallway. So directly behind the hallway is nothing, or behind the trap, I should say, is nothing but more hallway. No handrails, no nothing.
What about from where we came from?
It would be about 50 feet in the opposite direction, and then, of course, 10 feet for the chasm of the trap.
No, I mean,
So
is
you'd
there
have to have
anything
it. Oh,
tied?
no.
Okay.
No, unless you want to go all the way into the helium tank room and try to tie it off to a helium tank or a shelving unit, but you're going to run out of rope really quickly that way.
Was there any rope in there? In that
And
supply
there-
room? No? Okay.
Do I remember if any of those shelving units look like they could like bridge this gap?
Well, you know that the room that you entered was larger than the headspace of the hallways. So if you could, it might get jammed in the hallway. But in theory, so long as you were light enough and lithe enough, you probably could use it as kind of like a step ladder. But you miss one hand or one footing, and you're just right in the soup.
What do you think, guys?
It was much better than my idea. I was trying to figure out who's going to ride the helium tank when we knock the cap off.
So the
It's not
Badger.
a bad idea.
Hands of fate.
I like Ichi's idea about if we could set one of those shelving units over the pit, maybe we just create a bridge that way.
Yeah.
Does the room have balloons we could tie to ourselves so we could float across?
You do kind of put two and two together and start to realize that the leather and the rubber and the stitching and everything else is used to make crude balloons. You could, in fact, use those materials to make said balloons filled with helium or hydrogen. You know, your choice. But you could, in theory, build some balloons. Yeah.
Would they float us across?
Now, would they hold us actually?
Not anyone taller than a small-sized creature. Unfortunately, you'd have to have a ton of balloons.
We can make a balloon badger. That's it.
The badger dirigible.
Woodwart's technically a small creature.
There we go.
Gnomes are small.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. Does the hull of this ship, have we found out how thick it is in between the floors?
It's a pretty long journey. When you went from the first floor to this floor, it took a few seconds, maybe about 30 to 45 seconds of climbing down the stairs. So you can probably assume that's 15, 20 to 30 feet of unattended space to make room for all these things, like this massive storage balloon structure, for example,
So
in between
going
levels.
up to the floor above us and then melting a hole through the floor to the roof of the other side on the second floor of this pit is out of the question. If that makes sense.
I mean, I love that MacGyver. It could work. It would take a lot of burning agents to do that. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm not one for flight, but I'm kind of a. I don't know if there's flying gnomes, but I know I'm a ground gnome. But I'll take it if we need to. Balloons seem mighty unstable, but if it's what we got, I'm not entirely sure else we have another choice.
Ichi looks at Woodward, and then she looks at herself, and she says, "There is no balloon on this God's given planet that could hold me. I think I want to tape together some storage units. We'll make a bridge."
Well,
I'm gonna jump it.
How about I? How about I test the bridge with a balloon tied to my waist?
Yes,
So in case it lets go, then at least I can float.
we can do it all, I believe. And I'll head back to the storage room, start dragging those storage units out.
Okay, really fast.
We'll help craft it when she drags it out here.
Perfect. I was going to say downtime action. Never thought I would say downtime action in a dungeon. Let's make balloons. Give me a crafting action. Shionibus, do you want to jump the pit?
Kylie does. Shionibus is chaotic, but I don't think she's that chaotic. So
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
I think-
hold the idea for right now.
I think Kylie could probably roll higher than Shionibus on landing checks.
You are absolutely
Considering what's
right.
occurred.
Absolutely right. My soul's looking awful heavy on that scale. So
If PJ,
Mm-hmm.
so as a home brewer myself,
Yes, sir.
it is common if you do not have an airlock to place a balloon over the top of a freshly made batch to not get contaminants in while the air goes out. Can
Mhm.
I use a +1 of my hooch lore to help me make a balloon?
Only because you gave some real world experience and did a good job explaining how you're going to use that skill. Yes, I will definitely allow that.
Sweet. Okay.
I just realized Ian's a home brewer and PJ's a home brewer, but in two different ways.
Yep. The homebrew dudes.
So, Michael got a 22, it looks like.
I thought you were just really excited about victory or peace. My
No, 22,
apologies.
22, 22.
That's my apology. 22. Okay. 22 for the craft check from Rufa. Excellent. Okay. It's 22. And I need to know Sam's check.
Oh, I was making a check to craft the.
Now, can Sam use her gladiator knowledge for being able to make a ladder in the ring?
I want to thank you for really trying to lawyer that, but no.
I will loophole everything I can at this point. I don't like our odds.
You tried.
The luchadora ladder matches.
Yeah.
can I just jump it?
Yeah,
Forget
go
it.
ahead.
Screw
Make an
it.
athletics check. Make an athletics check. It's a 10 by 10 chunk of ground. So if you want to jump 10 feet, the athletics check to beat is a DC of 10.
Well, I rolled a 23.
Yeah,
Haha.
you easily jump 10 feet.
Not my first rodeo.
And you go right over that bad boy.
Well,
She
of
waves
course,
at
Jonas
everyone.
is good at it. Jumping is only half the battle. The second half of jumping is falling.
It's the falling. It's the falling
She's
that always
really
gets
good
me.
at. So.
Mhm.
It
That's a
always
good
gets me.
point. Ilona would also like to leap because she's also part elf, and Shionibus is really inspiring.
Can I have my arms out to catch her for aid?
Sure. Absolutely. Out of curiosity, what is your bonus to your athletics, Alona?
0.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got a 50-50 chance. Okay, yeah. Get your arms out there, girl. All right.
I have none. I have none. Am I correct in this? I am correct in this.
Jump
I
to
am-
me, young elfling.
I will, unless I can take a shot of choco meat before this. Because I still have some is the only reason why I keep bringing it up. I swear. All right.
I just love that you keep bringing that up.
I know. 0 point.
Oh. What was the die face? I'm curious.
It was a 5.
Oh shit.
You said it was a DC of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that what I think it is?
Oh no.
What?
That
Girl, I'm gonna catch you.
I think it's nat 20.
it's not.
Oh no. Is it a 1?
No,
Okay.
it's a 9.
Oh.
Okay.
With
Alona.
aid?
Give one of us
With
offer
aid?
aid.
Wait, is it
One
with
of
aid?
us offer aid.
Hold on.
We're all screaming.
Hold on. Shionibus, you see Alona take about 10 feet of running, and she jumps, and you can see she's not going to make it. She's starting to get into view, but you can tell from her ballistics, she is going to get a little short on it. You have to now make an athletics check to catch a whole body in movement with your arms. The DC to do this is a 25.
At least it's
The
not
hero
Monroe.
point. That was a die face of a 2.
Oh,
You
that's not a 25 at all.
No.
Did you say 25?
Good,
Yep.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Which makes it a 25.
Ooh.
Talk about freaking clutch. So you're going and you start seeing that the metal lip of the pit is starting to come up to your nose. Like, how did this happen so quickly? Shionibus, you see that your elfling is starting to head into this 10 by 10 pit of bubbling, fizzing green acid. And she's going into it, and the hat is completely starting to sink and just get deteriorated and destroyed by the acid. As she starts going into it, you move instinctually. You extend her hands. Tell me the tale of how you don't let Alona die.
Okay. So Shionda sees this and she's like, oh no. Been there. And gonna like, it's that, picture it. Where Captain America reaches out for Bucky as he's like falling. It's like that. And so she's like reaching down into the pit and like forearms, like yeet. That's the only way I can describe it. That's brain no work today.
No, absolutely. You grab her. You do the Captain America like I'm gonna save Bucky because I'm so swole, and you throw her like a hip toss on the other side of the pit. Speaking of pit, I need to put my arms down for the rest of the episode. And you save Alona's life. Now the question is, how are you gonna get back up?
What?
You drop down to grab her to do the Captain America handout.
Well, like I'm laying on our side,
Okay.
like, and then like pulling her up. So
Fair
like
enough.
my body is on the ground.
Fair. Okay, so you're prone. You're good. Now the second question is, how are the rest of you going to get it across?
I mean, Itchy and Rufo were basically recreating the bridge over the River Kwai at this their entire time.
So what was
Did
the
anybody else see my pun? I just did
Yep.
it in chat. Thank you.
The bridge over the River Kai.
You're
I
welcome.
love these people. I love everyone so much. All right. So,
So-
Michael, what are you going to do? I'm so sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, it's okay.
Sam, do you have a plan?
Yes, Ichi is going to be duct taping together some of these storage things into what seems like as sturdy as possible as a bridge. Do I get that +2 on that duct tape for taping that stuff together?
Yes. I need a crafting check with the +2 from the duct tape of superior mending.
Cool. I already rolled way before Alona almost met her demise, and it is a 22.
Perfect. Now, the only other crafting check I need, unless you just want to say yellow F it, I need Woodward to tell me the crafting check for their balloon.
I got a super solid 13.
All right. Cool. So with Rufus' crafting check and Sam's crafting check, you are able to basically make a pretty sturdy, well, sturdy is being generous. You're able to make a step bridge or a hand bridge out of this two shelving units duct taped together. You need to make an athletics check to basically climb this thing like a spider monkey to get across. The duct tape will give you a +2 to do that. However, you fail once and you'll have to make a save. And you have to do it 3 times.
Alrighty.
All right.
Would it be possible to for at least Rufa and Morel to hold down their end of the bridge and let Woodward and Itchy go first? Maybe kind of stabilize or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 bonus to the athletics check to climb across for anchoring the sides. It's really kind of how Ricky the whole thing is because it's a shelf unit. It's not meant to be climbed horizontally.
And Rufa's gonna kind of not like super loud yell, but at least voice enough that Alona and Chonobus could hear on the other end. Would you mind holding on to the other end?
Very grateful Alona puts her hands on it.
Yeah. Give me a minute. Oh god.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So Ichi starts to climb over, and she is reminded of some of her very niche battles that she did. They did like a vertical match once where it was, all caged in, and you had to climb the sides, punch a dude, climb the other side, punch another dude. And so with Rufa's +1 and the +2 to the crafting, that is a 19.
Okay. And a +1 for the ladies on the other side, holding down the other side. That makes a total of 20. Stats of this. Your first athletics check to climb this makeshift hand bridge. You put your weight on it. Immediately, the entire bridge, despite the anchoring at the points, is shaking with your weight. It cannot find a balance point. Nothing against you. This thing is not designed for this. But you get your hands on 2 lips of the shelves. Your feet are on the sides. And after you get your balance, you're a third of the way there. You're safe so far. 2 more attempts, or else you're in the drink.
And again. Okay. And we've got clear plus 11 plus we've got 2 for the crafting, 1 for Rufa, and 1 for the other side of the bridge. That is a 27.
Okay. So you start getting your bearings, and you realize that even though it's shaking a lot, you feel like it's going to be true. It's going to hold out. So you start moving pretty quickly, pretty sturdily. You get halfway. You're now directly over the center of the pit, and you can see this bright green, bubbly liquid just seething as the big stone hat is now completely deteriorated and gone. Now,
It was a nice hat.
it was best hat. 1 more athletics check, and you're off this bad boy.
Come on. Okay. All right. Let's calculate that up. +2 plus 2. That is a 28.
Tell me the tale of how you safely dismount this death trap and get out of the pit.
Ichi sees the stone hat dissolve to nothingness. She weeps a silent tear for it because she thought Woodward wore it pretty well. She feels the rickety shelves underneath her and thinks to all the generation of her rock dwarf ancestors, saying, I've never been ashamed in her head. I've never been ashamed of how sturdy we are built. Today's not going to be the day that I start. She just confidently. He continues, gets to the edge, and just does like a roll off of it.
Hell yeah. Nicely done. All right. So, Rufa and Woodward, how are you going to get across?
We're just gonna look over to Woodward. After you.
Woodward is like about to rig this balloon up, and then he has the same thought Ian did just a few seconds ago. Just, oh, hold on. And he folds the balloon up, puts it in his backpack, puts his backpack on, looks at the gap, turns into a bird, and flies the other side.
You've been druids, am I right? Okay.
he just lands on the side and goes, hey, good luck. Rufa, is there something you need me to, like, can I help you? I'm sorry, I didn't put two and two together.
Rufa's gonna hold up saying, no worries. And he looks over at Morel. Your turn.
I don't know. I'm kind of too busy feeling like a jackass right now. He looks at that ladder and goes like, I'm just going to jump it. Whatever, screw it. Oh, it's just like back at the basic training.
Well, hold on.
What?
No, Rufa, are you planning on jumping it or using the ladder?
Oh, Rufa thinks he can make it. Rufa believes in himself. He
With
can
the jump or
make
the
a jump.
ladder?
A jump.
Oh, to make the jump. Okay. Does anyone want to try with the ladder before the other one jumps through the ladder? In case they don't make it. Morel?
I think out of character, I think it's just Morel, Rufa, and didn't Mush get over?
Mush can't
No.
turn into a bird.
Oh no.
You forgot your
Yeah.
badger.
Bush is a critter. He could critter over that, right?
Yeah.
He's not as heavy
I-
as a rock
I mean,
dwarf.
The balloon
Oh
low-
no.
mush over.
Yeah, he can, but I forgot to send him because I have the balloon in my backpack.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
turned into a bird before he finished making and filling the balloon. Now,
Okay,
if you'd like to, you can have Morel basically like baby or like football, like pick up Mush and then like make a running jump with Mush.
Throw mush.
I don't.
Throw mush like a football.
Like,
I can turn into an animal again, but will I go back just to get Mush on the balloon and then try to cross it with my own power? It's the only way to be sure that he'll cross it. Is tying as many balloons to Mush as needed. Woodward's gonna cross back over. I'm gonna tie these balloons to Mush. This time I'm gonna turn into a bug because I feel horrible for leaving it behind. And then I'm gonna go make some more balloons.
Okay. Since you're gonna be making new balloons, I need a new crafting check to see how good this balloon is for Mush.
Who knew that crossing a bridge could be so
I got
entertaining?
I got a 10 for the second balloon. So I got
Okay.
a 13 and a 10. How many balloons can I make?
You can make 3 sturdy balloons with materials that you have and your current methodology of making balloons.
Can I aid Woodward on that?
This one's actually the best balloon yet.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna tie them all to Mush. I feel horrible, and then I'm gonna try to cross on the ladder.
All right. So it was a 17, and what was the other ones? You're tying all 3 to him.
Yes, it was a 17, a 13,
Mm-hmm.
and a 10.
The balloons pick up Mush, and it's kind of adorable. He's like a little furry noodle, just being held by 3 balloons, and it's like his nose is just pawing the air to get data to figure out why the hell his body is suddenly just flying, all like hunched over as 3 balloons move him through the air. The balloons start moving across the acid pit just fine. Eventually, one of them starts to and slowly deflate. And Mush is just like recognizing it and just looking around. He is getting data, but doesn't know what the answers are. And then, as he starts passing over the center, another balloon starts to pass as well, and Mush starts going on a slow decline into the pit. Who is going to try and save Mush?
Oh, Woodward's. I want to make climb checks already. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
get across this thing. I don't care what happens at this point.
All right. So Mush is at the third installation, and he is at a -2. So that means anything you do to save him will be at a -2 to save his adorable butt.
Ouch.
The first climb, fine. Second one, okay. Third one, penalty.
Okay. I needed a, and it's my strength, right?
It's your athletics. Yep.
Athletics. Excuse me. Why is? Oh, right. I was like, why is my athletics so high? I got a 15.
15. You
Yeah.
get on, it starts shaking immediately, and you almost lose your grip. You right out the gate, not a good look,
Not
and
great.
you almost kind of roll off to the side, and you know that if you don't recover well, you will slip completely underneath the thing and fall into the pit.
Okay. Good night, sweet. Oh wait, do we all have one hero point to start the game?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That was a nat one. That was a
A
nat
nat.
one. Woo!
Yeah,
Spicy.
that would have been bad times.
Spicy. Okay. Ooh, nah. Better. I got a 14.
14 on the die face or total?
No, total.
Okay. Michael, what's up?
I was wondering, I have a pretty high acrobatics. I was wondering if I could do acrobatics roll to, as I leap over, as I'm making it over Mush's balloons and Woodward, to grab hold of it and using the forward momentum to pull them in.
So the jump would be athletics.
Okay.
If you want to basically in midair grab them and pull them and kind of tuck and roll, that will also still be athletics because you were literally grappling them. And since you're doing a massively complex roll, it would be with an acrobatics. I'm sorry, it would be an athletics -4. But only one roll.
Let's go for it.
All right. You got hero points? Let's burn them. But give me the athletics check.
This is actually something I'm really good at too. Minus what again?
-4.
-4. $19.
You, Rufa, with a roll of 19, try your best. It is so close. And you make it on the dot. The DC to beat was 19.
Oh,
Do that
you.
to me!
Describe to me, Rufa, how in one amazing, flamboyant, kick-ass flip, with a kick-ass flip no less, saved Woodward and Mush from a terrible, acidy death.
All right. Rufa, he was about to he was getting ready to make that running start to leap over, but he was going to wait for Woodward and Mush to go over first, but through his keen eyes, he sees something going wrong, knowing he has to act now. As they were about to tip over, makes a run towards the pit, leaps over, does a okay, I'm not a gymnast, so I might get the term wrong. But I did see it on the Olympics before. A triple SoCal, I believe it's called, with a tuck. And as he does that tuck, he grabs the the one remaining balloon there, and just kind of using forward momentum, rolls forward, pulling them to the other side.
Nice. So as Woodward is reaching out for mush, and you can just get a bit of that kind of soft but kind of matted fur, like wet grass or something. Like, oh, I got my buddy, but we're both going down. This is it. Salute. The ship is sinking. Suddenly, this momentum comes out of nowhere, and a flash and a dazzle, and your whole world is tossed around, and you land hard on metal steel. Thanks, of course, to the fabulous Rufa.
Ichi says, Rufa, were you in the circus?
I'm just gonna say, as he nailed that landing, he does that gymnast, he hand up and everything. Rufa has many skills. And then she just does a very elaborate bow to no one in particular, but showmanship.
So you do a great job. You get some distance away from the ledge, and Morel takes his running
Morel's
leap.
turn.
He gets back and he's like, "All right, Morel, like in basic, you got this. Let's go. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose." And he just starts running. He then stops down, makes this powerful leap. He leaps too far, and he's coming in hot. And he's just, and he just like move out of the way as he's coming in, and then just slams hard on his feet. And he gets up, and he's like, "I think that's my new record for long jump." He critted his athletics.
Nice.
Rufa's gonna look over at Morel, says, 9 on the jump, but a seven on the landing.
Oh, cheeky move, old man. Where I come from, if you stick it and don't fall on your tuchus, that is a full 10. But I understand we're not playing by Acadian rules. I understand. I get it.
No, we're playing by Grazet rules. So a little bit that razzle dazzle.
All right, seriously. I don't know if-
Super over that crowd.
All right. So you guys, and of course, Gahorba Bubble Bubble. Gahorba Bubble Boil. I do this to myself. She pulled out a balloon and Mary Poppins her ways over quite easily. And then gets over, pulls out a needle, pops it, lands, and she goes, "Okay, we're next, dum-dums." And that is where we are going to take our 5-minute break. When we come back, the heroes have conquered a pit that I have titled a goblin trap called Greenwater Skin Tickle. And had they fallen into this acid pit of Greenwater Skin Tickle. Hey everyone, thank you so much for the 5-minute break. Where we last left our legendary heroes. They conquered a pit. They did a very good job of conquering the pit. And now they are on the opposite side of said pit. And in case you need to see that for your own self, as in where in the map that means you are, excuse me, back at my wonderful handy dandy notebook here, you are basically on the later half of this top place here. You can see that there is a corridor going around that goes to a set of stairs going down and some unusual things down here. So you can continue moving down and around the corner, or you can make a perception check right now. Choice is yours.
I'm sorry. If the option is go down corridor or perception check, one must choose perception check.
Yeah.
Did I see that map correctly and realize that if we didn't want to deal with the pit, we could have just gone around the other direction?
Yep.
Indeed you could have, yes.
Okay, great, good. Just wanted to make sure that
But we didn't know that as
full lay of
characters.
the land. That's true. That is true. Okay, now I don't feel as bad.
And I'm doing my perception with keeping an eye out for in case there's another trap.
Okay.
That's what I'm keeping an eye on.
Kylie, girl, what does that face mean? I am both worried and excited. What?
There's no birds in here that I can see, but man, is that ceiling looking fantastic. That is a nat 1.
You know.
Which
Nat
makes it
1.
10, but a nat 1.
What a crit fail. Yeah. All right. Michael, so what was your roll?
18.
18. Okay. Anyone else wants to add this perception check off?
21.
21. My Woodward, what you got?
Woodward, keeping Mush very close to him and feeling horrible, is looking out for any other potential dangers and got a 30.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give it to Papa Bear. So, you're holding Mush, who is very warm, and his fur is very soft, but his tail is very bristly, and you can feel his heart pumping as his head's like all this body language is saying, "I don't want to leave here," being you, but I am in danger. So, holding on to your little buddy, you hear a sound around the corner, some ways off, echoing in the hollow and empty metallic chambers of these hallways. The meaty, wet slap of a goblin foot, and then a hard ringing of something hitting the ground in the tandem that would suggest a
Peg
walking.
leg.
It would suggest this was somehow a goblin foot and something obstructed. And judging by the tempo, it's awkward for the body. But around the corner, you can hear this ting, 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 just barely echoing.
It's a good thing we have disguises, see?
We promise the people pirates. Here they come.
Let's go say hi to the thing.
Quick question for the group. Should Morel and I be in front? Given where like the
Go. Go. Do the thing. Be good at your jobs, because you are good at your jobs. Yep. You've done this before. You've been an orc and been very, very, very impressive. So I think you're going to do great.
Yeah. Puts on her hat. And just
Morel.
walks, I guess, with Morel.
Morel, he's like, do I still look like Gevzebel? About as much as I could, yeah?
Yeah, be like non-confident, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really meet the guy before we slaughtered him.
I'll try to not be confident. I'll really try. I'll see what I could do. And he just kind of punches over, and he kind of starts scuttling out. So you're walking to the foot sounds, the walking sounds to talk to this entity. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I guess.
Turning the corner, you see what looks like a super goblin from Dunstan. This massive, hulking, almost green ape-like figure with this massive hunchback. Its head permanently docked horizontally, and its eyes, there's one eye here where the eye should be, and the other one seems to kind of swam this way to the middle of its forehead. Its mouth is horizontal, so it can kind of talk to you like normal, but the hunch is there, the body is there, and you look in his left foot, his whole left leg, really, seems to have become rigid, gnarled, and crystalline. It's basically his entire leg has turned into ore and rock. So when he's walking, it's clunk, clink, clink, clink. One arm tucked in, and the hand kind of looks a little shriveled, but you can see these massive streaks going through his arm. And the other one is this large, hulking arm, but the skin looks dry and bubbled like it's been scarred by fire. And he's walking through, and he sees you, and his horizontal mouth continues to talk, and it says, "Hello. What are you doing here? Are you supposed to be here? Or are you supposed to be not here?"
No, mate, we're supposed to be here. I'm at his own. Zebel.
Hold on. Crispy has notes on this. and he takes his massive burnt arm and takes out this teeny letter, and he kind of puts it to his sideways head, and he starts reading he starts reading Manglema's letter out loud, and he looks to you guys. Well, sorry, he looks to you guys, and he makes a perception check.
Oh.
Do I do deception or anything?
The disguise checks you did earlier are already that check. And he looks at you with a 4 on the die face. And he just says, huh. Crispy thought you would be taller. Or greener. Your ears are funny. But I haven't been outside of this boat since I don't know how long. So who am I to judge?
Yeah, probably for the best. So are you going to point us in the right direction? I have a couple of crewmates coming up behind me.
If you are wanting to find Megaw, you need to go down one more floor. That's where his lab is. But it's been tampered. You have to find the power cells. Crispy doesn't have them. But Crispy knows. So does the other doctor. Oh, we both know where they are.
So if you know where they are you going to like help us, or we have a meeting to catch, and I have money to make?
Yes, the war. War is important. Yes. Science must be made. Yes. I can help you. Did you not get did Montague not help you?
No, actually, he was very rude about it. Actually, HR will be talking to Megaw about it.
Hurdy Razor? Hurdy Razor's here? I thought Hurdy Razor. No, Hurdy Razor's here. He's sleeping though. Yeah, when Hurdy Razor wake up, he won't be happy with Montague at all.
No, he won't, will he now?
No, he hates him.
Yeah, real shame. So about those power cells.
Yes.
Are you gonna show us? Oh,
There's 3 of them. All right. Well, the boys got a little carried away with one of them. Put them in one of the experimentation rooms. Don't know where the bloody heck they did it, but if you can find it, it's yours. The other one. Well, the boys got carried away with it and put it in another experimentation. I believe it was in the chicken maker. I think they put it somewhere in one of the chicken makers. Lastly, you're gonna have to talk to Montague.
He's very. What was the word, Gebel? I said something rather good this morning. Before crumpets.
He's loquacious. What did you say about him again? What was it? I'm sorry. I know so many large vocabulary words, as I am a very smart and talky double tall.
Oh, what was it? A band of gobbling galoots.
Yes. Yes.
I love that Sidney knows what I'm talking about.
Of course I do. Love that movie.
Poetry. I'm quite good at it. So if you can do me a favor instead and go get that from Montague, because obviously I'm not going to go back there, because if I go back up there, we're going to have problems, and you're going to have one less captain. Captain, was that his title?
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Given, not earned.
Right, and we wouldn't want to get this back to Korokos now, would we? Or Korokos, or really to Megaw, and then to Korokos, and then someone will be knocking at your door, and no one wants that, right?
No. Crispy is done with volunteer work. My body hurts.
Right. So why don't you go get that other one from Montague? I believe someone called him Monty. And then we'll wait here, and we'll be right here. But you might want to go the other way, by the way.
You see his little arm starts moving up, and he goes, Me and Monty, we owes a scrapping. And he picks his hand up, and those slides going down his arms just to burst out. These massive bone spikes come out as he starts dragging his misshapen body up the around the hallway, and you can just hear him like some possessed primate. Just Monty, I'm coming for the power cell, and he just starts barreling down the other end of the hallway. You hear the door to the ladder just rip open as he starts climbing up like Quasimodo about to ring a bell, and it's gonna be Monty's bell. You can kind of imagine off in the distance here Monty going, "What's this? Scrapping time!" And there's a fight brewing on the top deck of the ship in about 5 minutes when he gets there.
What have you done?
I don't know.
There's,
But it was enjoyable.
there's a lot of drama on this ship. Nobody likes Montague.
I mean, he's kind of a jerk, so do we blame him?
No. Okay, so it sounds like the other two power cells are in experimentation rooms, which means we probably have to fight a mini boss in order to get each of the batteries.
Okay, but can we fight the chicken making room first?
Yes, where is that?
I don't know, but it was
EJ, can you-
definitely mentioned.
Can you hold up that map again?
Sure. Okay, second floor. So you are approximately here.
Uh-huh.
All right. This is about the area you met Crispy. Down here is the third and final floor of the boat. Crispy booked it around here, went in here, went up, and decided to go ape shite on Monty. You have this room here, down the hallway, this room here, and down the hallway, this way, this room here.
Okay. Could Rufa? He's going to basically hit the trap, like how he's looking for traps previously,
Mm-hmm.
like half speed, looking ahead. Was it a 5 to 10 feet, eye up on the ceiling every once in a while, checking for pressure plates, that kind of keeping low to the ground, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me the perception check. Which of those two rooms are you moving to first? The one with those two, or the one with the longer?
The one with those two line things that you drew.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's directly down, I guess, from where we're at.
All right. Give me a perception check as you search for traps along the way to that room.
And as soon as you get to the room, I also want to say he's going to stop and do that peek from the corner with a mirror thing.
-1 on perception check as you're using reflective surface to look around a corner.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, perception first, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 24 on the perception.
As you look down the hallway, there are no traps.
Okay. And then the perception with a -1, right? For
That
mirror? Was that the mirror?
that was already looked down the hallway, correct?
No, that was checking for traps.
Yeah. Same thing.
Okay,
Looking down the hall.
so don't have to roll.
No, you're good.
Okay,
Either
okay.
way, as you're looking down the hallway, you don't find any traps. Do you all follow Rufa to the room with those two lines in it? Okay.
Hopefully they have chickens.
You see basically an open portal. By that I mean a door would be here, but the door is removed.
Mhm.
And inside is a small, very small, cramped room. So much so that getting close to it, you can kind of hear your voice echo and ping around the room a bit before coming out. You can see some really impressive metal walls within this room. You go inside and look around.
Alona
Rufa looks
checks
at
for
the
chickens.
And say, Rufa looks at the party. This reminds me of that first room with that ooze thing.
There's no crying lady this time. Are there chickens?
Go ahead and make a perception or nature check, one or the other.
Oh, I know nature chickens.
Can I roll a perception check if there's chickens?
First things first.
I do.
Is that a critical one?
Mm-hmm.
I super know nature chickens. I got a nat 20.
Also, I'm gonna let this happen at the same time then. So, Sid, Alona is walking in, and you look, and you smile, and you turn around, and you say, "Look at all these chickens!" And then Woodward, you're like, "Those aren't chickens." And you see bubbling out of what Ichi can now read as a plaque on the side of the wall in Goblin that says "poop room," aka the toilet. Bubbling out of the toilet, which you recall last episode, you were warned not to go into the toilet. You see this absolute nasty, filthy creature bubble out of the lid, and it starts sparking into other smaller creatures from its disgusting body. And within this mass, you see one eye popping out looking at you. And it says to you, "Get out of my bedroom."
Gone.
Back away, back away, backing away.
Ilona
Back away
yells,
from the poop
"I'm
monster.
sorry. We were looking for chickens," and runs.
Really quick, PJ, I'm just getting. Remember that the poop monster from Dogma? That I'm getting those vibes.
I gotta give a shout out to the chat who is already quoting the Great Mighty Pooh. And it's not the Great Mighty Pooh, but thank you, and thank you, Michael. Alona, you said you're looking for chickens, right? You said it to the Pooh?
Yeah.
Just calling it that for now. Give me a diplomacy check.
Oh no. I've used all my hero points. Oh, that's not so bad. I have good diplomacy. I good at this. I good. I good. Am I good enough? No. That's a 12.
You hear a response. It's kind of this odd, awkward, garbled goblin. If you give me a perception check with a +1 because you speak goblin.
Let's see. That's a 22.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can you can pretty clearly hear him. You can hear them say, what translates into, "I say, check the cafeteria. It's just down the way to the right over here. There's probably many chickens from there. I tell you what."
Ichi says back, "Thank you, my good chap. I hope you have a pleasant day in your wonderfully decorated abode."
"Well, a person of quality. Well, I would love to stay and chat, but I've got to scat. So I'll see you later."
Hip hip cheerio.
And it starts to. I promise this was a more serious dungeon in my head when I built it. Okay, so
There's poop and there's chicken. And there's acid pits that give you superpowers. And there's crispy.
To be fair, we got in a fight with a hole in the floor.
for an hour, I was very proud of you.
Yeah.
Very proud.
But did we die?
Hey,
Almost.
think of it this way.
Almost.
Certain shows have puzzles that last multiple episodes. So
You're right.
you're good. So you can hear just down the hallway a bit of a kerfuffle, if you will, the clanging of small metal against bigger metal, and it's kind of longer room just down the hallway. It's going to be on your right. And sure enough, Ichi, if you get close to it, you can see there's a sign that says cafeteria in Goblin.
I pointed out, relay what the poop said, and say, "All right, would anyone like to go in first? I'm a back of the line kind of girl today."
Could Rufa do the trap? His basically trap checking tactics again.
Give me one check this time, because you only have to look in the room. Are you going to use your reflective glass again?
Yes, from the bottom corner,
Yeah.
corner of the door.
Sure. -1.
Yeah, I want to emphasize the bottom corner of the door. Do I get that? It's -1, right?
Yes.
21.
Okay. You see what looks like 20, 30 goblins in different states of mutation. Some look pretty normal, and then as they start talking, their head splits open and starts moving like a mouth. And they are grabbing utensils and throwing it at each other, while some are grabbing food and throwing it and then catching it in their mouths in midair. They're in this sort of play and eat, which is very common for goblins because they're natural hunters and scavengers, and they use play to learn how to do all manners of things. So they're basically having a good time eating as they would with a group.
So basically, kind of like the Lost Boys from Hook.
Yes, but the food is not imaginary.
Yeah.
It is absolutely real. And you have the cafeteria.
All right. Rufa's gonna go back to the party and explain what's going on.
Jonas pushes the doors open.
Give me an intimidation check as you Aragorn your way into this cafeteria.
Damn it.
I love when things work out. It's a nat 20.
So hard to tell with you whether it's awful or spectacular.
Is that your second nat 20 of the night?
It's the second one.
That's
I think it
amazing.
was. I need you to describe how you enter this cafeteria like a boss. Please tell me the tale.
So Rufa gets back and she's already like walking forward, and like, are they like two swinging doors, like regular cafeteria doors?
Mhm.
Cool. She's just gonna like whoosh and just like walk in, look around, arms crossed, and then whistle for Morel to walk in, or for the rest of our party to walk in.
So the minute you slam the doors, kind of like children who are like getting caught playing during class, they kind of just go, ha, 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 ha. Dead quiet. You enter the room, let your presence known, and they kind of they freeze, but you can tell they're like in this kind of calmed panic. Morel enters, and they kind of look confused and intimidated. Everyone else comes in, and their eyes start going wide, and their bodies start tensing, and they start having a small hyperventilation as they see you guys enter the cafeteria. They are all frozen in fear. You see a counter, probably where the food would have been served normally. And from behind the counter, you can't help but see at the corner of your eye something just kind of moving up. And then kind of listlessly just stays there in midair.
We're going to lean over to Woodward. Oh, you want to send Captain Mush over there? Since apparently they all know who he is.
I mean, we can give it a shot. I'll escort him.
Okay.
Woodward kind of walks in front of Mush, trying to get him to follow him like he's a bodyguard wading through a crowd for the captain. Was it? Did we just call him Mushbeard?
I think I called him
Mushbeard.
Mushbeard.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just
That's what I
Mushbeard.
have.
Yeah, okay, great. Helping Mushbeard through the crowd of goblins.
You get around to the crowd of goblins, you get to the counter, and you kind of get around the corner. The goblins are completely seized in panic and terror. Look on the corner, though, you see what looks like a goblin. Another goblin. Sitting down with a gigantic chicken in front of him. He's got a knife and a fork, and his pinkies are out. He is wearing a long white coat that is too big for his body. It actually trails behind him, and he's got a white neckerchief kind of wrapped around his neck. He has these goggles that are now pushed up to his forehead, and you notice he's got a large leather strap going around the underside of his chin that then goes to a makeshift steel dome on the top of his head, and there you see a balloon coming out of his hat on his head. And he's sitting there with the fork and knife and the chicken, doing this dainty little cut fork, looks at you and he goes, and in common, he says, "Me say, why is me seeing a gnome and his companion, which Meeson can only confirm with mine eyes, is a badger in disguise? Me am very confused by this. No. This is not couth. I'm eating chicken. Please, scoot daddling your way elsewhere now while I'm eating with my face hole. Bye-bye now." And he just starts to cut the chicken in little bits. He goes, "Meeson thinking this chicken would be placed very, very well with a nice a grippin red. Do we have a grippin red?" Philistines, of course we don't. Why am I thinking to ask this? No one has culture on this boat.
Wow.
Okay, I love this guy, but he's great. I think Mush kind of stands and Mush is standing behind Woodwort, and Woodwort kind of puffs his chest up with, I guess, a diplomacy check.
Right ahead, make a diplomacy check to this goblin.
Not bad. I got a 15.
Okay. What do you say to the goblin?
You look like a goblin of distinguished taste, but I think if you are as well read as you think you are, you should have recognized Mushbeard, the pirate.
He looks to you and he says, "Oh, Meeson being very apologetic making with my word mouth. I'm so sorry. You see, I looked at you and judging by the black coarse hair and the long boopy McSnooter, this is clearly a honey badger." He rolled a critical 20 on his check to see through your disguise. And he has you dead to rights as a gnome druid and a badger in a very well crafted disguise. And he seems content eating his chicken with pinkies up, fork and knife.
Wow. Okay. Does Woodward get any idea from that he's kind of seen through everything that they're putting forward?
I'll give it to yeah. You kind of get the feeling this guy has seen through your disguise immediately.
Okay. I guess I think Woodward's gonna try to stick to his guns one more time. Knowing that maybe they just haven't heard of the Dread Pirate Mushbeard. But he's gonna roll an intimidation check this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick to it. Not much better. Oh no, actually worse. I got a 13.
Team.
Woodward looks in dead in the eyes, whoever this is, and says, "Of course it's a honey badger. Who else would Mushbeard be? He's the badger king of the seas. The only one to ever conquer the oceans. No one sails like this honey badger. And who are you on this ship? Eating chicken, not sailing." And he just kind of tries to lean into this really bad intimidation check.
It's not great, but it at least warrants this individual to introduce themselves. jam their fork and their knife into their chicken. They take their white neckerchief and start dabbing their lips. They kind of take a minute because their body is awkward, and they finally get up and they go, allow me some making introduction of myself. I am Dr. Ichius C. Boomglass. I am second smartest doctor on boat, and I am currently on Miss lunch break feeding FaceTime. So it is a pleasure to meet you. And if anyone asks, I am only second best because I have number one best hat. And he points to his balloon that's flying off his head. And he says, no matter what room me walk into, me have biggest hat. But unfortunately, Megaw still biggest brain smarty person. So I am enjoying my chicken.
Woodward is going to he's going to look at it and say, well, if we're here with distinguished personnel, would you mind if we sat down and had some chicken with you?
Bold proposal, new person. Me wishes we could make friend time eating food now, but I cannot. You see, I only get one chicken a day. This my chicken. I get chicken, I have best hat, I get chicken. These are the rules. Yes, they are quite crude. I am very well aware, but I only get one chicken a day. Now, if you want to take the device of which I have crudely made to get this chicken, maybe you give something for old Dr. Icky, and we can work that out.
I think Woodward's going to say, Mushbeard runs a ship of his own and bases his code in diplomacy. I will go consult with the crew to see if what we all think should happen to get such a device. And he's
Yes.
trying to like badly imitate his accent.
He shoes you off. Goes, yes, yes. Tell whatever compatriots you walk with many feet that Dr. Ichius Crap Boomglass is eating alone. But please, tell them.
Woodward walks back over the crowd, the rest of the group. Hey y'all, I don't know who this guy is, but he's seeing through Mushbeard, and I don't like him. But he says he's got something about a contraption or something that we might be able to trade. I don't know. Ichi, you know goblins?
Is he talking about the battery?
Maybe, or the chicken maker, which
Well,
has me more worried.
The power cell was in the chicken maker.
Oh,
Sounds like, or maybe it was made from it. It sounds like it's one
That
of the
makes
same.
sense.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely there with batteries, so
Yeah, same.
Well, what do we have? He wants something. He wants a thing. He wants a favor. He wants a song. No, I don't know. A discount on lattes? Probably
Yeah,
not.
Perhaps we could make these goblins put a lot of stock in hats. Perhaps we can make a more impressive hat than he already has.
Oops.
We did have a great hat once.
Oh
Once
my
upon a time.
We did.
Woodward, you on his head, I see. On his head, I see. We're not a character. On his head, he has one singular balloon. In your pocket, don't you also have an additional balloon? Eh?
that would only give me one balloon though. Oh wait, give it to him.
Yes.
Damn it. Okay. I was like, wait, I'll wear it, I guess.
It could be a 2-balloon man, and I think he seems like somebody who would appreciate that.
Woodward's Woodward's gonna walk back with his plan,
Oh,
which is now to present him with the second balloon. He's gonna walk up and say, "Well, as a gesture of good faith, we are in no means saying that your hat is greater than the position that Captain Mushbeard has, but for the purposes of this ship, we would like to offer you this second balloon." And he hands him the second balloon.
okay.
Told you those balloons would come in handy, man.
Mush is better than him. I want to make sure that's clear, but he can have the second balloon.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Guys, I
against
should
this.
not be doing this.
This
This is all...
I want to
Uh,
help, but I
Same.
didn't think of it till now.
Oh, what's my plus to diplomacy? Oh yeah, that beautiful 0. I got a 6.
Mm.
So you try to give Dr. Ichius C. Boomglass this balloon. He looks to you and he says, Midierson Gnome, and of course, Captain Mushbeard. I already have second best Hatton wearing in Hall of Double Hard Rockboat. I don't need another, but if you'd like to give me something that I don't have, that would be the position of number 1 doctor on boat. If you can guarantee Meeson having many goblin, many think goblin, many experiment time having, I will help you. But this means having that, of course. And I should not say the name because I don't want to implicate myself in no coup retaliation. But someone will have to, of course, be moved out of the position of first, and I will be having given army goblin making for good science. Not this dreadful, abysmal, bad war science.
Woodward, he's he looks at him and says, "The captain would like to consult his crew," and then gives like a very crude bow and walks back.
He bows in tandem, but the balloon gets in the way, and he kind of gets caught on something, and he has to fight the string, and then he just kind of like, of course.
And he gets back. Woodward gets back to the group. "Shonibus, you're up. You want someone dead?"
Oh, solid cracks. That I can do. I'm very good at it. I guess I'm just gonna walk up.
I'll come along with Shionibus. Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Okay.
thank God, because you can speak orc with me. Anyway.
By the way, if anyone else, I don't want to step on your toes. Just you two. Does anyone else want to go along? You keep it small for now. What's the vibe?
They do their thing.
All
They
right.
they speak goblin, so they can handle the fancy goblin who speaks common.
You meet Dr. Ichius C. Boomglass. You can see there's this massive, almost like cartoonish Looney Tunes style turkey chicken with like the things on the legs, little white floofy things. And it's like half eaten with like painstaking little like surgical removals of meat. And you see this goblin, hands behind back, going, Good day. I am Dr. Ichius C. Boomglass. Me having great moments meeting you in, of course, the chicken making food eating place. Hello.
Is this in goblin or common?
Common.
Common. Okay. Ichi will say, "We heard that you are looking for some work done in exchange for something we are looking for. May I present to you Matazong? I'm sure you've heard of her. She's very good at making problems go away, if you know what I mean."
The laugh is what sold it. That's it.
Well, he looks Matazong up and down with an eye of scrutiny and analysis, and with a die face of 5, he just looks at Matazong and goes, I could have sworn you were, uh,
Taller.
different.
I know.
Yes.
It happens a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, just say, with all the other terrible double mingrians I've seen, anatomically in ratio, you are disproportionate, but that does not make you any less different in power and stature. Please, apologies for my ignorance. You wish to come to a parley of sorts?
Hi, you said you need to get rid of someone.
Oh, yes. Nisa needing to, shall you say, replace the number 1 on the boat.
All right. Well, good for you. Or lucky for you, I should say. We're meeting him. So I'm going to need those power cells. Because without those, obviously, I'm not helping you, you're not helping us.
Yes, of course. I'll tell you what. There, last I checked, May Meeson being a power cell in the chicken making thing. Give me a few minutes. I will retrieve the item for you. And in exchange for this power cell, maybe don't kill all the goblins and let them work for me when this is over.
How much gold do you have on you?
I am a scientist. I have none.
Looks like they're all gonna go then. So sorry.
Ooh. So it's mutiny, then. Well, I'm sorry, but you cannot force my hand to work such dexterous things as a chicken-making thing. If you wish to have your power cell, you're going to have to give me my workforce. For good science, I swear. Believe me. I'm only forced to do bad science because I have a bad boss. That sounds terrible.
Ichi will say, hold on just one moment. And she'll take Shionobis over to the side and she'll whisper to Shionobis, and I'll say to Shionobis in a whisper, act like you're really angry at what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Right now, you're really angry. You don't want to.
She's gonna start pointing and be like, "Are you kidding me? Are we really gonna do?"
And each she'll be like acting like she's calming her down and just being like, no, it's fine. And then she'll whisper back to Shionobis. She's like, okay, now act a little bit defeated and go stand in a corner and sulk a little bit.
Easy, done. She's gonna like kind of sigh and like shake her head and then go back to stand in between kind of where the group is and where Ichi and the doctor are.
So Ichi's gonna walk back up to the doctor and pull up a chair from wherever there's a chair, sit down. All right, here's the deal. She's cantankerous, as you can see. She really came here hoping to, just everything. She loves explosions. It's her favorite thing. And if she doesn't get to blow up boats, she has a bad day. But I've convinced her. It's hard to do. But I took one for the team because I can see you have a lot of work to do here. Am I right?
Yes, I have to making work. Otherwise, I'm either mutated or killed. So I make work.
Yes. And I want you to continue with that work. And she just wants to blow up boats. But you know what? I'm going to find her another boat. Not this one today, all right? We got a deal? Unless, of course, you want to continue to negotiate with her. And Ichi will look back over and like make eye contact with Shionobis and kind of like wiggle her eyebrows a little bit.
She's gonna just like crack her neck.
The goblin looks to you and he says, I want to make sure I'm clear on this. I don't want a boat. Meeson want just scientists, doctors, cause. I want to find a force that I can work with to make good science,
Oh.
cures, new medicines, potions, bombs and things that go boom and fire, and birds that catch and flame and grow arms and throw bombs from their mouths. But I also want to find ways to get rid of disease. The
Okay.
mutations are boring once you understand the genetic code and hand it to everyone's double helix DNA. But once you master the human genome, it is all just boring.
So what you're saying here is my friend could blow up this boat and have a good day, so long as you have what you need.
Yes, I just need a few blood thinky city goblin work with me. That's all.
Wonderful. And Ichi will take out her clipboard and like make some notes. All right, we have a deal.
Great, great. So, and he leans and whispers, so you isn't going to go give the good old-fashioned college murder to Megaw, and then you're going to give me some friends, and then with these friends, I will invent cures for diseases and make new machines that make free food.
With my friend over there, it's not college level murder. It's more like PhD level murder. So you have nothing to worry about.
A woman of quality. No, Ichius, we're not going to let ourselves get hurt again. No, we're going to drop back, focus on the work. Good. Shake on it. And he offers you this kind of like slimy, like webbed hand.
Ichi shakes, just kind of gives a little bit. Bleh. Pleasure doing business with you. We'll just wait over here.
Of course. Mason working on finishing my chicken. In the meantime, 1 second. He kind of like awkwardly like throws a leg over the counter and climbs up. He gets this. It kind of looks like a really how to put this. Imagine a big red Foreman grill inside a pressure cooker. It's got a bunch of awkward bits and bubbles sticking out, and a giant handle and a tray that gets pulled in this glass dome. The little wheels and a little tray that pulls out from the bottom. He flips it over, makes a horrible noise, takes the back, pulls out some tools, and starts working on it. After a few minutes, he kind of grabs it, pulls out. It's about this big, this giant metal cylinder. And this giant metal cylinder is red colored. It's actually painted red. And he hands it to you. And he goes, here you go. Power cell that we put into chicken maker so we can make chickens. As you can tell, we have very little food supplies. So Mason makes chicken maker. Hopefully I can make water maker. I can make booze maker. And then we never have to worry about food or water again.
Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. She'll stash the cell away.
Before
Well,
Ichi leaves, Shionomis is going to yell over in Orcish and be like, find out where the other ones are. Or
oh,
what experiment room?
Ichi will be like, so, yes, do you know where we can find the other cells?
So he kind of stops and goes, what was it Mengelmal calls the room? I think he calls it Spoongedungen. Spoongendugen.
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 Sponge Dungeon.
Probably. I don't have his sick sense of humor. I
Alright.
thought it to be rather pedantic and shallow.
You have good taste. And Ichi will turn to leave.
Sam, do you mind if I roll a perception check on your conversation with this person? It was done in common, correct?
Yes.
I rolled a 19, which brings my perception to a 30 to hear the word booze come out of that goblin's mouth. And so as soon as Ichi comes back, Woodward says, hold on a second. No one said batteries equal hooch. Should we not give this one back?
What?
I heard him say booze. He said booze.
He says that he wants to make booze making machines for the goblins.
Rufa, do not burn this boat. We are gonna find out how those things work.
If we get out of here alive, I think that's probably a good business idea.
No
Rufa
promises,
business, you hear
but
that?
we'll try the best. In case of something goes south.
So it's in the sponge dungeon. Wasn't the sponge dungeon on the first floor we walked in on? Yes,
Yeah.
we have to go back to the first floor. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I just
Sponge
realized.
dungeon. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say that's probably because of my really, really bad roll on I think looking at the mechanics of that room. That was the result.
Well, we also didn't know what we were looking for.
Yeah, true.
So we must go back to the Spungy Dungy.
Do we all want to go over that 10-foot pit again?
We can go
Go
around
the
it.
other way.
Well, we can
Have
try
we
it.
have we yet to discover that there's another way though?
I think we're probably about to.
Yeah.
I think if confronted with a 10-foot pit, walking out that door, Woodward go, so left, and immediately take off.
I'll say this. So far, you know the only way to get back to the first floor is to take that ladder that you took to get down from the first floor to the second floor. And you've seen that there is indeed a staircase going down to the third floor. That's all you can see so far.
I think at the very least, Rufus would want to see what's going on their current path, what other areas that there is, and we would probably just end up going around.
Okay. Yeah, going from the cafeteria around, it's not even a few, it's like maybe 5, 10, 15 tops to get to the hallway that leads to the door that goes.
While still checking for traps.
Go ahead and make a perception check, -1, or with a
I wanna
normal
make
number.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
all that.
absolutely.
Doing all the stuff I said previously. 17.
17. None that you can see.
All right. He waits, pretty much waits at the, I forgot, what's it, ladder or stairs? I'm blanking.
Ladder to go up to the first
Yeah.
floor.
Ladder to go up the first floor. Yeah, waiting at the ladder for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Did Crispy ever come back?
Not to your knowledge.
Did I
Crispy.
forget about that?
Crispy, full name Crispy Smithers. To your knowledge, is still up there fighting Captain Montague. But
Take
you
a
can take
peek once we get up or go down. Wait. No, I
Up.
can't remember where we are. Yeah.
Up.
Up.
So if you go up, you're going to go to the first floor. Crispy Smithers went all the way to the top deck to fist fight Captain Montague. You want to go to the first floor? Do you want to go to the top deck to check on that fight? Where do you want to go?
Let's just go to the Spungen dungeon.
Yeah.
Also, I imagine that every time we get one of these batteries, it's like when Zelda finds things out of chests and you hold it up and it you now have a battery. And they go ding. Exactly.
Da, 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 da. I did. I ran a Legend of Zelda campaign. I had to have so many sound files on standby to be like, okay, you found something. Hold on, and a secret door and a ching chomp. It was fun though. Anyway, that being said, for confirmation, are you guys going to go to the top deck or the first floor?
First floor.
I thought we were going to the Spungen dungeon.
On the first floor.
Yes, yes.
Dungy dungy.
So, hand waving all of that, you guys are now back at the first floor in the sponge dungeon where you fought the slime person that almost defeated the barbarian. As you're there, though, you see there's a new weird shape in the room.
Can we throw salt on it? All the salt.
I'm sensing that you're a little upset. Are you by any chance salty about this?
Oh,
I almost got Kylie to spit take. Yes. You can make a perception check against the body. You can do whatever you want.
Perception check.
Perception.
Yes, I'll roll one of those too.
Ooh, yes. Oh my goodness.
Just roll the exact same
15
number.
for perception.
27.
27 from Mike. What did you got, Sidney?
28.
Damn, 28. What you got, Sam?
17.
17. And of course, Woodward.
I got a 2 on the die face, so he says "Spookin' Dugan" as he shows up to this new room.
Bogan.
So, as far as IKEA furniture is concerned, this place is not IKEA furniture.
No.
But when you get into the room, let's see, I believe the 28 was the highest. So it would be Sid with 28.
Yarp.
You see a new unusual form. It's not the woman crying who turned out, ooh, surprise, I'm a news. It's a very different form. Kind of mutated. Much like everyone else has been. Craggy, slimy, misshapen, misformed, misaligned in some nature. This giant heaping mass of organic matter kind of rising and falling like it's breathing, like it's pulsating. And when you get close to it, you can see two eyes kind of open in the huffing and puffing organic mass. And eventually it kind of like blisters and cracks and splits and a mouth appears and it says, "Hello. Oh, what are you doing here?"
Is this in common?
Yes.
Hello there, little creature. My name is Seabeard, and we be looking for a battery. Can you help us find it?
Oh, you're a pirate. Oh, that's bloody cute. Oh, but I mean, last time I saw a pirate was... Oh, I don't think he was a pirate. No, he wasn't a pirate. Oh, he was bloody mean, though. Yes, he was.
What be the name of this pirate?
Oh, God. God, blimey. If I'm putting me numbers together, I think this must have been like... Ooh, maybe even a month ago. Oh, he was mean. Oh, he yelled about a boat a lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, and then everything absolutely just went butts up. But
Methinks that sounds like a certain grumpy half elf with lots of tattoos and a glowing axe. I know him. He's a jerk. Yes. Well, that's cool.
Mm.
Have you seen a battery in here?
Well, what is a battery?
It's a tiny juice tube
A juice tube.
filled with energy. It has a color, mayhaps green or blue or yellow.
Wait. And you see it start to like shake like jello. It's very excited. He goes, I know. I've seen it. Yes, I have. I've seen it with my own 6 eyes. All right. So, okay, think, mate. Think. Where was it? Oh, all right. You know how this place, right? Bloody covered in these metal tiles. Yeah. Well, if under one of them has it, and it powers the whole bloody place, or the room. Anyway, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. But they all look the same. How do you know which one is to blame
Ooh.
for the power?
Well, I don't know, but I know that I can help. I can help you. But and suddenly you see like kind of moving out of his mass, his form, 2 hands as he goes, "Oh, I can help you. You know, as a friend."
Not a Jeremy.
Is your name Jeremy by chance?
Yeah, My name's Jeremy. How did you know? Oh,
Wild guess, you know.
last time I saw people, I was at a little bloke place called the 6 Gold Coins. Oh, it was a great job. And then everything went kind of fuzzy. And now I'm in this room. And I'm here to help you as a friend.
Is he the original Jeremy?
Give him money.
He looks at you, he goes,
Wait, that means we
it's-
already paid him.
No, like back in the very beginning, like
We
You're
don't need,
right.
we owe him nothing.
you're right. You're absolutely right. But this is scarring.
Yeah, no, it's really messed up. I'm trying to
looks
make
at you and
light
he
of
goes,
a bad situation.
Yeah. Oh, these 6 gold coins. Is that because I had 6 gold coins? Oh, I don't remember anymore. But yeah, no, I'm here in this room. And I can help you find that thing, what you're looking for. Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
gee, Jeremy.
Do I hear this conversation at all? Am I nearby? I assume I'm like at the door.
You know, let's assume that Itchy's there with Rufa, and just Rufa just looks at her and goes, "Yeah, just don't, don't."
Ichi will take out 7 gold coins and give them to Jeremy, and she'll say, "The extras for your pain and suffering."
He extends a hand. It kind of slaps into yours, and you can just feel like putty kind of encase around the coins, and just sucks it into the putty of his skin, and he slides his hand off, and he just goes, "Oh, great! I got 7 gold coins. 2 more, and I can get a weekend at the brothel. There we go." And he just starts growing like 60 arms as he just starts wrenching into the panels, and like slowly you can see like even the goo in his body just start stressing and tensing as he's ripping the steel plating off the ground and the walls and the ceiling. You only had to give him 1 coin, and you gave him 7, and he is just going hardcore mode. And he just rips all the panels off the room, and he goes, "All right, now I'm gonna start looking for it. Hold on." And he kind of huffs and puffs and melts down a bit. Everyone give me a perception check now that the whole place has just been literally torn off the
At
hinges.
20.
God bless. Okay.
Wow.
So
Third one of
Shona-
the night. It's beautiful.
I love it. Shonabas like there, right there. It's right there in the ground. You see this blue tube, very similar to the red one that Dr. Ichius removed from the chicken maker thing. And it's connected with 2 other pipes, 2 other coils, if you will. It's connected in the center of the room. And you can hear this kind of buzzing sound as the thing that made the whole room do the shocking damage is being powered by the blue cell.
So my biggest concern is that if we take this out, the whole shocking thing that did us dirty last time is going to set this whole thing off. And then no one's going to have control over it.
Well, the way juice cylinders work is if you remove it, it stops working. So yes.
Is that how batteries work? Hold on.
Yes.
I've never seen one before until now.
Yes.
I'm like 2,000 years old.
So
weird.
if you remove the juice tube,
Mm-hmm.
no more shocky thing will happen.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we need the shocky thing to happen, we will need to put the battery back.
Oh, got it. Okay, this is good to know. Really good to know, actually.
Yes. But for now, we can take the battery and then we can finish our quest and be happy.
Be
Yeah, okay.
happy. Except for Jeremy. I don't know. I don't know about him.
Yeah.
He has money now.
He,
Ichi looks at Rufa.
Not a
Sorry,
body."
Rufa. I know you're like kind of my impromptu money manager, and I keep spending it in frivolous ways, but got us a battery. And Jeremy
Well-
has a moment of happiness.
Well, as long it is your money, as long as you are happy. And it did get the job done.
Thanks for
So-
the support.
so in this universe, did Mengelma just offer Jeremy 1 gold coin and he became a test subject? Is this like warning human beings not to be test subjects for
Don't tell us,
for
PJ. It's a one
corporations?
shot.
I'm just gonna say, here's the great question.
The case of Jeremy.
You have no idea the plans I have. That's all I'm gonna say, because I got plans. But what I need from you all is this one question answered. You can hear the surge and buzz as power out of character, if you will, the electricity and the energy flowing through this room that's heating the coils. It's causing the shock to just completely go off. It's coming from that blue cylinder, the blue power cell. It is still active. If you want to remove it, sure, power on, power off, whatever. But there's still the problem of all that raw power and energy moving through that power cell. So if you're going to remove it, I recommend doing it carefully.
Where's the off button, Jeremy?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'll just be here counting, mostly counting. Yeah.
Rufus gonna look at Bubble Boil and go, is there a way to perhaps divert the powder from this room? Well, so we can safely take this battery out?
Bubble Boil starts to think. You can see the math being crunched in her head, kind of like that meme. And she goes,
In order to divert the power, you'd have to put it somewhere else. But we'd also have to go to source of power, as this boat is on, I'm guessing, a closed circuit. There's no way. Either way, it's coming from a generator, and then it's moving all throughout and back. And if it's the case, then we have to go there. And I'm gonna put chicken heads to flaming balls of fire. That's going to be where probably Mangomal is.
Would we be able to remember that room with the gases? Be able to slowly just build up the energy in that room, little by little.
Wait into this room?
Yes, divert the power from this room into that room, little by little, or into the generator to cause a delayed short.
Again, if we were going to affect the flow of energy in this room, we'd have to go to the main hub. It's a net. It's a net that drags. It's a drag net. So if it's here and it's going outward, we'd have to go here to control where it's going outward to. We can't access it here. This is like, it's like cutting off an elbow to stop the shoulder.
Ichi will look at everyone and say, guys, 1 second. Everyone step out of the room. Everyone. She'll herd everybody out of the room. Just so we're right in front of the door. And Ichi will go up to Jeremy, give him another gold coin, and say, Jeremy, I just want you to rip it out of there. I'm gonna stand out here. I just want you to rip it out of there. If you do it, if you're strong enough, I'll give you another gold coin.
I think it's doable. Oh, but you call me by my name. What do I call you?
Oh, what do you want to call me, Jeremy?
Eddie.
That's great. I like it. Now go
Okay,
ahead.
Eddie.
I'm gonna step right out here. Be strong.
Oh, okay. Later, Eddie. Here I go. And he kind of starts moving and kind of sloughing his way over. And he takes one arm and grabs the blue power cell raw. grabs it. You start seeing this massive burst of electricity fire through his body. He takes 66 electricity damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He takes 28 electricity damage as he grabs it. And you see like just lightning shoot up his arm and sparks exploding out of his limb. And he goes, "I'm gonna do it, Eddie. I promised you. That gold is good as mine." And he shoots another arm down to the blue power cell.
Okay. Landlord doesn't seem that bad. Landlord, you're off the hook, Rufa. You're off the hook.
Really quick.
Mhm.
I put this in chat, but are we in a mice and men situation?
That's exactly
No.
what I thought.
No.
Eddie!
No. You're in an Ed and Eddie situation. Don't be crass.
Stop.
So he grabs it with the other hand and he's like, "I'll tell you, mate, that goes as good as mine." He grabs it with his other hand. And then you start hearing a wrenching sound as steel folds on steel. Electricity starts to spark again. He takes 3d6 electricity damage. Takes another 10 electricity as his arm starts to kind of wiggle like water when someone steps through a puddle, and he goes, "It tickles." Hold on. That goes mine. I'll promise you, it's mine. A third arm comes out of nowhere and just grabbing a hold of it. He takes another 66 electricity damage as he just keeps wrenching it. And as the sparks just lick up his body and light him aflame, all he does is just go like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy, no, I'm gonna buy me. Oh, I'm gonna get a drink. Oh, I'm gonna go get a drink on this one." Yeah. Let's see.
No.
Takes another 22 electricity damage.
Don't step in the room, Alona. If anyone has any urges, I'm blocking them
Can
with my
I
Rockdorf body.
can I just cast like sanctuary? No, it doesn't work because it's against an enemy.
I mean, he would be considered our ally now at this point, I think.
No. It's ward creature against an enemy. Electricity isn't an enemy. Unless we want to rule bank.
Ask Jeremy.
Unless we want to do rule of cool and Alona cast sanctuary on Jeremy so he doesn't die trying to get this battery for Ichi and us.
Alona, he's already dead.
No.
A20 roll. Odds, I'll let you cast sanctuary. Evens, he's got one less check before this thing obliterates him. All right, you ready? Odds, yes. Evens, no.
Wait! Before you announce what you rolled, I had an idea. Would from where we're at, because Bubble Blow said this is a kind of a closed circuit room. Would it be able to access like a panel or anything like that to somehow disable?
No, we've been over this. No, stop. Bad, Michael. But good, Michael, because the roll was an 11, which lets you cast sanctuary on him. Odds, yes. Evens, no. Was an 11. So you're gonna cast it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
cast it.
All right, tell me. Read for me the spell how it works.
Okay, so you ward a creature against an enemy. They cannot attack the enemy. The enemy has to roll to save against the ward. If they fail, it does not bad things happen.
I'm excited, PJ. Please tell us the stat block of electricity.
Electricity.
What's the save?
I think it's a will save. Where are you? Where are you? Spell. Why can't I find
Also,
you?
it should be said, if PJ rolls a will save when we're dealing with this electricity, we should all be very scared. Specifically of the electricity.
Oh man, oh god, I'm reminded of that one villain from was it Iron Man that's basically living electricity.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Who's that? Oh,
It's like
drive me
it's like the
crazy.
weird letters like ZZW whatever.
So they kind of stole him for like the Eric Bana.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like Gremlins.
Yeah, help me out, Sidney. So what's the
It's-
DC?
It is a will save. My spell DC is an 18.
So, as Rufa tries to beseech Bubble Boil, is there anything you can do to remove the power from this room? And she looks at him and she goes,
Again, I have to go to the main hub. I cannot do this here. It's just taking power from main hub. I cannot affect that.
you cast Sanctuary. Electricity for its will save. Rolled an 18 on the die face, which is the DC to beat. As Jeremy grabs it with another hand, he slumps his body all over and he's like, huh, you know, it's getting loose. I think I got this time. His whole body starts to ripple as fire just starts shooting out of his body like fireworks in a stovetop. And then he critically 20s, pulls the blue cell out of the ground, and starts sliding over to you. He is sizzling like barbecue left on for way too long. He comes to you and he extends a hand with the giant blue power cell in it. And he looks to you and he goes, so where's my other 2 coin, eh?
Here you go. You did great, Jeremy. And she's gonna like kind of pat him on his slime. Look
And
him
then
in the eyes. And I think she's just gonna turn away.
And then he just takes the 2 gold coins. He goes, see you later, Eddie. I told you I had it. You know, I'm the strongest. I'm the strongest there is. It's just what it is. I'm so strong.
You're the
Would it be-
strongest.
Would it be possible for me before Jeremy leaves to do like a medicine check on him?
Oh, yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, go right ahead.
Rufa's gonna try to heal him. The least they can do, you know.
Oh.
While he's doing that, you're just gonna avoid looking at Alona.
19.
19. Are you trained or are you an expert?
I am trained.
I'll do him a bit of favors. 2d8 healing to Jeremy.
You know, if he would have died, Sam, that blood would have been on your hands.
Oh.
12.
12. Okay. He is healed 12 HP as you start to kind of patch them together. And the whole time he's like, oh, stop it. You're so nice. Oh, that tickles. Oh, wait, that's private. Don't touch that. Oh, you're so sweet. And he tries to give you a hug with like all of his arms, like he's trying to envelop you. And he's like, oh, you're such a nice mate. All right, when this is all over, let's get drinks, all right?
Least we could do. It. This was, at least we could do.
Oh, all right. If
Talk later.
anyone
We'll
needs
talk
me,
later. We'll talk later. Next
Of
time.
course.
Next time we get drinks. Next time we get drinks. Yeah.
anyone get drinks. Well, if anyone needs me, you know where to find me. I'll be right here. Bye. As you leave the now I regret calling it this. As you leave the sponge dungeon, you can hear the kind of heavy sigh, and something just sounds like it's just a large mass being dragged through the hallways. Just...
Crispy?
Monty?
Did someone call my name?
Crispy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's old Crispy Smithers. Who's there?
Arg, it be Matazong's crew.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
Great.
and you see coming in the corner, Crispy Smithers, who is cut up, big swelling bruises, beat all to hell, stabbed a lot. His hunchback is just covered with different weapons that you saw in the weapon rack earlier, and he's sitting there, and his little hand, all of the giant sharp bone spurs coming out are bent and jagged at different angles, and his massive arm is kind of like you can tell by the way the hand's gripping that like the nerves aren't firing like they should. He comes dragging in. He goes,
Hi. How's it going?
Did you get it?
Hold on.
and he kind of reaches behind him. You hear the dragging sound as he just shoulder tosses Montague's dead body in front of him.
I think it's somewhere on this body here. I haven't quite done the looky-loo, because quite frankly, he may be an asshole, but he was my captain. So, with all due respect, Crispy's leaving the captain's dead body alone. He spits on him. 2-1 to me, mate. When you come back a second time, look for old Crispy. We'll go round 4. I'll win again.
And he just kind of like starts slinking off.
I got a question. Can we say that Rufa has a pair of disposable rubber gloves in his bag?
I will let you take a shirt into the whole like thing. I'll let you do that.
Because if anybody have seen that movie Once Upon a Time in Mexico, with that scene with Johnny Depp and Cheech Marin, yeah,
Love that movie.
yeah. So Rufa's gonna well, if anybody has a weak stomach, perhaps turn around because we might have to go deep in this one.
Give me a perception check to find this on Montague's dead body.
Hey, Alona,
Yeah.
can we just do a quick check? Who sent this guy to get beat up to kill Montague? Who was it? No, whose idea? I'm pretty. I could have sworn Ichi got the idea, and then
It was my idea to have Shionibus kill the other doctor.
oh right. Okay.
So we're 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Okay, 2 out of great. Just wanted to check in. Good.
I hate this boat.
You want to know my role?
Yes, I do, sir.
28.
As you're looking, as you are looking through Montague's defeated frame, you find hidden in the back of his jacket is a massive metal circular container that has painted yellow, little blood splatter on it. And with that, you now have all 3 power cells: the blue, the yellow, and the red.
Also, does Montague have a money pouch? Like, I would think a ship captain would have money pouch.
Fuck.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Shionibus
here.
just like
Why
flicks
I'm
a
here.
gold coin.
I'm gonna say no. He does not have a money pouch. Now, you have 3 power cells. You are on the second floor. No, first floor. And the only place you haven't been is the dead bottom of this boat. You have a few minutes. What are you gonna do?
First of all, did he say come back a second time? Did anyone
Sounds
else
like
catch
it.
that? Okay, let's just go. Grab the power cells. Got what we need. Get in. Get rid of him. Get out. No, we're here.
You know, we could strike a really serious blow to this organization by we do have something set up.
Think that's our exit plan.
There are some very bad people here.
There are some bad people, but there are also some innocent mutations that we don't want to destroy. Like Jeremy. He might have sold his soul for a coin, but that doesn't mean he's a bad person. And he
Well-
helped us. I don't want to kill someone who helped us. And we should avoid putting more people in danger than we
Well,
have to.
It sounds like the other doctor that we met had wanted to take over and had good things in mind. So I think if we get down to that bottom floor and take care of business, we might not have to necessarily fight our way back out of here.
Let's go.
Lufa agrees with Itchy. We should, at the very least, we do know that Megaw has committed serious atrocities.
So I'm going to hand wave that you're going down to the third story, the final bottom tier of this boat. You come down a series of steps from a staircase, and as you walk, it all opens up wide. Standing in front of you is a massive metal door. It is gargantuan, and it is just riveted with steel and bolts, and the door itself kind of looks like the entryway into Scrooge McDuck's vault. But by the door, you see this massive panel, a square panel that has been ripped out, gutted from the wall. And there you see in front of you the true puzzle itself. The puzzle that, if you were to complete it, will open the door to what's behind. And what lays behind is the monster himself. Heroes of Edge of Legend, welcome to the puzzle of Manglemaw's door.
I mean, do we have to physically actually solve that puzzle?
And that is where we end episode 36.
Let's go get Jeremy.
Edge of Legend. They have 3 power cells at the final door. They have the final and the real puzzle of Manglemaw's horrible death boat. Before we end, I want to do a quick little cutscene, if you will. This was happening kind of in secret while everything was going on. During Rufus' attempts to heal one Jeremy, a small clandestine conversation was going on. And let's just say a very jovial, yeah, I'll be a spy. Spy sounds wicked awesome, mate. Let's do it, Eddie. It's spy on everyone. I'm down. I'm down a cloud. And Jeremy the Abomination has now been added to Rufus' spy network.
When did that happen?
That happened just before he rolled to heal him, and you guys were talking about how to fix the situation. Michael sent me a private message. Yo, can I add Jeremy? Dope. Make a diplomacy check. Brother rolled a nat 20, so kudos to Rufa. He just got himself the best Jeremy. But that being said, we have to say our goodbyes. So, without further ado, let's start off with Mr. Michael Powell. You got a brand new spy. Might as well start it off. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Honestly, having a living ooze as your spy, so useful. But anyway, I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, and also on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my YouTube channel, which is Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays, I'm part of the Toyzilla Network channel, where we do a show called Toyzilla Live. We talk about toy news and etc. And I gotta say, I'm really excited about next week's episode of At the Table. We're gonna be talking about some cultural sensitivity and some stuff that's going on with our current landscape right now. So be sure to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I am really excited for that, by the way, dude. I'm really proud and excited for that. All right, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is there anything else? I don't want to be rude.
That's it.
Perfect. That is all important stuff again, and very much grateful to you. Next up, Ian, please tell them who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
My name is Ian, and I play Bearded Scald on the internet, and you can find me in the same thing in our Discord, on my Instagram, and also on Twitter. Come hang out. If there's anything else that you guys want to check out of mine, you can check out witchandheathen.com, which is a small business I run with my fiance. Come check us out. We have candles for your homes and all sorts of things. Hopefully, pushing more stock out soon. So keep an eye out.
Awesome. Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Oh, hi. So my name is Sidney. You can find me on the internet at Sidney Rubino, SIDNEYRUBINO. That's my name. I also have a YouTube channel where I read folklore and fairy tales every Tuesday. So if you like being read to and you like discussing morals and having your mind open and learning things, come join me on there. Yeah. Yep. Do that. I'm sorry, I'm still reeling from this episode. This is more emotionally draining than I thought. I was so worried.
Well, yeah, the acid pit and Jeremy was a rough run, but but you guys conquered all of it. Oh, I gotta add your experience points together. Anyway, Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, you can find me at Hey Sam Sterling all over the internet. I think TikTok is, I'm working on it, posting things. And let's see, I think that's all I got. Just come watch us next week and we'll see what kind of, maybe we'll drag Jeremy down there to do the puzzle for us.
I'm gonna have to pull a GM fiat and say, no, you gotta suffer through that headache by yourselves. All right. Last and of course, certainly not least, please, Kylie, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. Excuse me. I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much all over the internet. Twitter, Instagram, here, Discord, all that good jazz. I am also part of a D&D homebrew campaign called City of Promise. We play on Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Dragons and Dreamers here on Twitch. We just had our city go through a little bit of an attack, so we're trying to figure that out and wrangle prisoners that escaped. It's a great time, so come check it out and hang out with us.
All right. I guess it just leaves little me. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Come find me. Let's have fun. When I'm not here Wednesdays, you can find me here Tuesdays at 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. with Mr. Michael Powell. And I'm really excited about this coming one. Again, for all the reasons he mentioned, I think it's really going to be exciting. Come tune in. Same net time, same net channel to see that. Also, since it was officially posted on Twitter, I can actually officially talk about it. I have been recruited, I guess, to be a part of something called Jasper's Game. If you're familiar with Jasper's Game, it is an online charity game that is run and owned by Wizards of the Coast and Paizo, and they put on these amazing shows to raise money to, I believe last time I checked, it was to help suicide awareness and prevention. So it's a really great cause, and I will be GMing a 3-hour game with Jasper's Game, May 9th, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to be at that table and play with me as your GM, or maybe even tune in and watch, tickets go on sale as early as March 28th, which will be in about 4 days. So if you want to GM with the guy who does Edge of Legends, come check it out. Link is jaspersgameday.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys there, and hopefully many more exciting announcements as time progresses. Until then, Mr. Michael Powell, tell us, who are we rating this evening?
Yeah, we got some friends here. We're gonna raise some friends playing D&D, Blackwater D&D. We got TJ Storm, B. Dave Walters, Alicia Marie, and a lot of friends. Yeah.
I know them. I love them. Okay, we're gonna be is D&D caps or lowercase?
It's I'll put it in our chat here.
All right, just want to make sure I do it right. I don't want to send these lovely legends to the wrong channel. Again, I tried to send them to our friends at Waffle Maple Syrup, and apparently I spelled waffles wrong, and it was a hullabaloo, let me tell you.
Waffles are for eating, not for spelling.
Sam, I want to give you a hero point, but the show's over.
Sorry, I'll remember that next time.
It's quite all right. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 36. When next episode we meet, they will be tangling with the Manglemaw door puzzle. And who knows? If, depending on how fast they figure it out, you might just get to watch them take on the monster himself, Manglemaw. See you next week. Super excited to have you. Same that time, same that channel. And we'll be rating in 3, 2, 1.